Hi, this is Stephen Fishbeck, and welcome to our 4th episode of Survivors Play Blood on the Clocktower. This is actually our last officially scheduled episode of the show, but if you want to see more episodes of Survivors Play Blood on the Clocktower, there is something you can do, which I'll tell you about in a moment, after I tell you about something completely else, which is my debut novel, Escape, with an exclamation point, so it's Escape, is now available for pre-order at stephenfishbeck.com. Escape follows a has-been reality winner who's desperate to get back on television. He finally gets his chance on a new show set on a jungle island. But while there, he meets Beck Berman, a reality producer who's coming off a scandal and is desperate to redeem herself by forcing her own narrative vision onto this show. The two of them face off, surrounded by chaotic contestants, manipulative producers, and of course, the dangers of the wild jungle all around them. Over the past 10 years, I have poured my soul into this book. I've always felt that there was no novel that really captured what it was like to be on reality television. So often you see reality contestants portrayed as vapid fame whores, and while that can be true, most of the people I know are like earnest people, like desperately seeking some kind of meaning as they test themselves against these difficult, challenging, and sometimes very absurd shows. So I wanted to capture like both like the sublimity of that, like I am proving myself against nature, and the absurdity of like, and meanwhile I'm in a rotating hamster wheel that's being edited for 44 minutes on prime time on Hulu. These videos are both really expensive and really time consuming to create. But I thought like, hey, if I get enough people to pre-order my book, like that could justify the amount of time and money I'm spending on these videos. So it's not like I'm just like, sorry kids, you're not going to go to college, but like there's a little bit of like a balance here. So I was thinking, if I can get 1,000 pre-orders on top of where I am now, I will guarantee you 3 more episodes of Survivors Play Blood on the Clocktower on the Sects and Violets script, which is actually my favorite script. You've got the demon jumping between different players. You have a pit hag who can transform characters into other characters. If I can get 2,000 additional pre-orders, I'll guarantee you six more episodes of Survivors Play Blood on the Clocktower, with the next 3 being on the Bad Moon Rising script, which is the 3rd of the base scripts and is all about characters coming back from the dead and other characters who can't die. And if I can get 3,000 additional pre-orders, I will guarantee you 10 new episodes of Survivors Play Blood on the Clocktower, with the last 4 being on custom scripts where experimental characters and all the other characters from the base scripts interact. But Steven, you're thinking to yourself, I can't read. I just love to watch Clocktower videos. I don't want a book. But like, think, you don't have to read the book. It's a doorstop. It's a paperweight. It's like a beautifully bound group of kindling. Do with the book what you want. But you think of it like you are kickstarting essentially this Clocktower thing, and you also happen to get a book. So let's get this thing going. Pre-order now at stephenfishbeck.com or some link that I hopefully is here or there. And with that, I'm really excited to show you this episode, which I think is our best one yet.
Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back. I'm Rob Cisternino, and today we are ready for Survivors playing Blood on the Clocktower, episode 4, and we've got a great group of friends here together for another exciting game. Joining us today, of course, Stephen Fishback is here, Christian, Emily, Caroline, Gabby, Marianne, Dwight, welcome Claire and Sam, and back with us, Omer. And of course, back with us, we could not do it without Ben and Jams from the Pandemonium Institute here to lead us on another day of Blood on the Clocktower. Ben, are you ready to take us to the nighttime?
As ready as I can possibly be.
All right, let's play. Ben Burns and Jams Marcato, the 2 of the best storytellers there are. So excited to have you back here for this. Ben, tell us a little bit about what is different about today's game from the previous ones we've played.
So we've got a slightly different script. Up until now, we've been playing Trouble Brewing. Where a script is, of course, a collection of characters, and Trouble Brewing is the official beginner script. We've added a new character to Trouble Brewing. It's just one extra character. It's a minion. It's called the Marionette, and the Marionette's ability is, you think you are a good character, but you are not. The demon knows who you are. You neighbor the demon. So, if one of the minions is a marionette, then that marionette sits next to the demon. They receive a good character token. They believe they're that good character, and for the whole game, we treat them as though they're that good character, but they're not. They're actually an evil minion. That is a really cool character, and it's actually a very powerful minion. Your first instinct looking at this might be to think, oh, it's a minion, it has no ability. But actually, it has an incredible ability, and that ability is that it genuinely believes that it is telling the truth. And you can be the best liar in the whole world, but you're still not as good of a liar as you are when you genuinely believe you're not lying. And so the Marionette is out there giving misinformation.
That's the George Costanza theory, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's out there. It's telling the truth whilst lying. It's a great bit of misinformation for the evil team.
Yeah. Okay, now, Ben, the players are aware of this possibility, but correct me if I'm wrong. Now, that has not actually been assigned in this game, correct?
That's right. We don't have a marionette, but what we do have is a drunk investigator who we are going to lie to and tell them that either Fishback or Gabby is actually the marionette. Okay. So the players will likely think that there is a good chance of a marionette being in play, and it's also going to somewhat incriminate the neighbors of those two people, almost all of whom are actually good.
Let's go around the board and start with Stephen Fishback, who is the washerwoman.
The washerwoman, whose ability is, you start knowing that one of two players is a particular townsfolk. Fishback will be learning that either Oma or Claire is the Ravenkeeper. Oma is the Ravenkeeper. So that's true, correct, useful information.
Christian is the Saint.
The Saint, one of the two outsiders that have been added to this game by the Baron. There should be 0 outsiders in a 10-player game. The Saint's ability is, if you die by execution, your team loses. So Christian needs to not die by execution. It's fine if he dies at night. In fact, he probably wants to die at night. But if we vote him to death during the day, the game will end and the evil team will win.
I love this evil team you put together. Let's start with Emily, the Scarlet Woman.
Emily, Scarlet Woman. If there are 5 or more players alive and the demon dies, you become the demon. So, if there are at least 5 players alive at the moment of the imp's death, Emily will become the new imp. It's an extra life for the baddies.
Caroline, her first time playing with us, she's the Baron.
Le Baron, Caroline, whose ability is, there are extra outsiders in play, plus 2 outsiders. So, as I've said before, there should be 0 outsiders in a 10-player game. Caroline's existence has removed 2 useful townsfolk and replaced them with 2 hindering outsiders. It's a pretty powerful character. The great thing about the Baron is Caroline's job has already been done before she's even started the game. So she's free to go out there, obfuscate, cause problems, draw attention to herself, and generally just poison the well of information by being a nuisance.
Gabby is the empath.
The empath. Each night you learn how many of your 2 alive neighbors are evil. Of course, everybody is alive right now, so one of Gabby's 2 alive neighbors is evil. It's Caroline, the Baron. So Gabby will be learning a 1 tonight.
Marianne is our monk today.
Marianne the monk. Each night, choose a player, not yourself. They are safe from the demon tonight. So, starting on night 2, Marianne will wake up and choose someone, and if the imp tries to kill that player that night, it won't work, and we will have no deaths in the night.
Okay, our superstar, Dwight, he's our investigator.
He thinks he's the investigator, whose ability reads, you start knowing that one of 2 players is a particular minion, but he is in fact the drunk, whose ability reads, you don't know you are the drunk, you think you are a townsfolk character, but you are not. So we will be lying to Dwight and telling him that either Fishback or Gabby is the marionette. There is no marionette in play because Dwight's the drunk. And I think, I have a sneaking suspicion that Dwight will think that we've definitely put a marionette in because it's kind of the headline act of this episode. But what we will see is that the threat of the marionette's existence is at least as troubling for the good team as its actual existence can be.
All right, don't go easy on him, Ben. Okay, now the imp today is also a newcomer to this game. It's Claire.
Claire, the imp. Each night, choose a player. They die. If you kill yourself this way, a minion becomes the imp. So each night, except for the first, Claire will kill somebody, or at least attempt to. If Claire feels like the pressure's a little too much and she wants to pass that input on to her minion, she can attack herself at night and a minion will become the imp. If Emily's alive as the Scarlet Woman, it must be Emily, but if she's not, it can be Caroline. Of course, the good team's win condition is to kill the imp, so Claire might want to pass that along if she thinks that might happen during the day.
This evil team of Claire, Caroline, and Emily, the good guys are going to have their work cut out for them today.
They are indeed.
Okay, Sam is our fortune teller.
Fortune teller. Each night, choose 2 players. You learn if either is a demon. There is a good player that registers as a demon to you. So each night, Sam's going to pick 2 people, and if one of them is the demon, we will say yes. If neither of them are the demon, we will say no. But there is one good player that will register falsely as a demon to Sam, and we're going to make that Dwight, because I can totally see Dwight making some nonsensical investigator bluff as a demon.
Okay, and appropriately, Omer, our veterinarian, he's now taking care of the ravens.
The Raven Keeper. If you die at night, you are woken to choose a player, you learn their character. So Omer's going to want to invite the demon to attack him at night. Because if he can get the demon to kill him at night, he gets to learn some crucial information in the form of just picking someone and learning what character they are.
Jams, the evil team always gets 3 bluffs to work with. What does the evil team have in store for today?
Yeah, we've given the evil team a couple of good roles to work with. So first, we've given them the Recluse, whose ability reads, you might register as evil, and as a minion or demon, even if dead. Now, this is a great bluff for the evil team because it might explain why someone has gotten information about them as evil. For example, if the fortune teller picks the demon and they're claiming to be the Recluse, they can be like, oh, well, that was supposed to happen because that's how my power works. So it's a good way for them to hide. Also, with a drunk character in play, if they're claiming to be a recluse, then Christian might say, oh, well, I think that person's also good because I'm an outsider, so I know that there's a Baron in the game. We've also given them the Soldier, whose ability is simply, you are safe from the demon. So that's a great reason to explain why you're alive quite late in the game, which can be really useful for the evil players since that demon's gotta live for the whole game. And last but not least, we've given them the Chef, whose ability is you start knowing how many pairs of evil players there are. Now, a pair just means players who are sitting next to each other in our circle. So, for example, Fishback and Christian are next to each other. If they were both evil, they would be one pair. In this case, we do actually have one pair with Emily and Caroline next to each other. But the good team, they won't know that because that Chef is out of play.
Let's start bringing some people in and getting some of the night 1 information out there.
Okay, let's get Caroline in here to tell her who she's teamed up with.
Hey, Caroline, how are you? You ready?
I am ready, but you guys gave me a tough one. Okay, I'm ready to go. I'm so stoked to be on the evil team, but I'm gonna have to play this one carefully. So, take it away.
Okay, well, Caroline, you're not alone. You've got some baddies to work with. One of them is sat next to you. It's your fellow minion, Emily.
All right, let's go.
And your demon is sat opposite you. It's Claire.
Ooh, this is gonna be a fun one. I am excited.
All right.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Caroline, so happy you're here. Good luck today.
Thank you so much, Rob. As Baron, there's now 2 outsiders in the game. I'm gonna pretend to be one of those outsiders. I am going to purposefully make it seem like I'm drunk. So I need to think this through a little bit more, but I'm just going to play a role and have it become so obvious that I am just spewing absolutely incorrect information, cause a little bit of chaos, but I'm going to try to make it clear pretty quickly that I am drunk.
Hey, Emily, how are you?
Well, I'll tell you what, I've had better days.
Yeah, why?
It's so funny. This is actually my favorite role in the game, but it is a lot of pressure. Even though you are the backup plan for the imp as a Scarlet Woman, you still don't want to be the reason why the evil team goes down. And I'm kind of cooking up a plan here that may take the evil team down with me. Or if it works, it'll work really well.
Amazing. I mean, you can't just say that and then not tell us what the plan is, Emily. Come on, what's this plan you're cooking up?
Okay, well, I'm thinking to myself, if I'm the Scarlet Woman, there's less likelihood, not impossible, there's less likelihood that there's a Baron in the game. And with the base 10-player game, there should be 0 outsiders. So I think coming through and immediately claiming an outsider role will do a couple of things. One is, if I don't get the chance to talk to the Imp and the Imp also claims an outsider role, we execute one of us two who's claiming, pretend that there's likely a drunk in the game, and then either I become the Imp or I get executed and it adds credibility to the Imp's claim. Or if they don't claim an outsider and I'm the only one claiming an outsider, even better, because then I can just be like, oh, there's a drunk in the game. It discredits somebody's piece of information and builds credibility for my role. And if the Imp gets executed, then hopefully they don't turn to me as suspect number 1.
Okay.
Nice. Wow, you come up with all that in the time between we handed out the tokens and now. That's
Well, you
impressive.
say that like it's a good plan. I came up with something. Let's see if it actually works.
Yeah, that is the
I can't
essence
wait
of this
to see
game.
it.
Well, yeah, you don't have to execute your plan alone, though, Emily, because you have a fellow minion.
thank goodness.
She's sat next to you. It's Caroline.
Oh, yes. Oh, my gosh. Okay, this is wonderful. Caroline is like the anti-Emily, where everything she does comes across as like really good and really believable. So that is very relaxing to me because I have the opposite effect, where everything I do comes across really bad.
Fantastic. Well, you can combine together to be the super player, and you can do that to back up your demon. She's sat opposite you. It's Claire.
Oh, okay. I've never played with Claire before, so this will be an interesting one to experience. Oh, that's awesome. What a great team.
Claire, are you up for the task today?
I could not be more excited. I'm thrilled. What an introduction. I can't wait.
The good guys aren't going to know what hit them.
No, they're not. And that is what I'm excited, you know? I'm coming in as an outsider a little bit. So, fortunately, not a real outsider. Because today, I'm the demon.
Well, you have got some allies to share in your excitement. They are sat across the circle from you. They're your minions, Emily and Caroline.
Ooh. Okay, fantastic. Awesome.
And to top that off, you get 3 bluffs to work with. So here are your 3 good characters that are not in play. They are as follows: the Recluse, the Soldier, and the Chef.
As Imp, should I lie about to, like, Dwight that he's my marionette? Or as Imp, should I try to have my minions go and do that?
Well, the answer to all of that is yes, because the more confusion you can create, the better. Just be careful. Yeah, but I mean, basically, if you tell your neighbor, one of your neighbors, that they're a marionette, and you encourage your minions to do that, if the good team discover that that's happening, they're not going to know who the real demon is. So it's never a bad thing to just do it loads and loads. But also, you know, it can be a good thing if you just do it once, because that person's probably more likely to believe you. But it's up to you, ultimately. Just have fun with it. And don't forget, as the Imp, you can always pass it along at night. If you try to do something and it falls apart, just pass it along.
Okay, perfect. Sounds good. So many people hate being the demon. I love it. I love it so much. Gonna try to talk to Dwight first and play it cool, but maybe hint that he might be a marionette.
This is brilliant. If she actually tells Dwight that he's her marionette, he is going to believe her because his information points at the marionette being elsewhere.
Okay, Ben, who's next?
We got Fishback. Let's get him in here.
Steven.
Hello.
Are you ready to do some laundry today?
Do some wash. This is my wash. Is that the washing motion? I mean, what is the?
I think that's the official dance of the washerwoman.
I was trying to think like what Franny does. You know, she's like really the washerwoman that I know.
Step aside, Macarena. There's a new dance in town. It's Stephen Fishback's washerwoman.
That's how I do my washing at home. I don't know what about you guys.
Okay, well, as you are doing the town's laundry, you discover the remnants of many ravens in the pockets of both Omer and Claire, because one of them is the Raven Keeper.
Wow, and I wouldn't be, you know, like Omer's marionette, like getting a bluff that kind of clears him.
Nah, we wouldn't do that to you, Fishback.
Okay,
That's
good.
ridiculous.
Never.
All right, good. Well, as long as I can trust you guys, I feel like I'm on solid footing here. If I am Omer's marionette with a bluff that clears him, maybe I don't want to know. Because if I come in, you know, like Ben said, like my greatest strength as a marionette, if I am the marionette, is my own ignorance of myself as a marionette. So maybe I don't want to find out if I'm the marionette or not. Like maybe I should seek out ignorance, like I do in all aspects of my life.
Hey, Dwight, how you doing today?
I am doing great. I was kind of hoping to be a minion today, but I'll take it. I get to find a minion instead, and
Okay.
maybe be honest about what I learned. Who knows?
All right, Ben, you have any information for Dwight?
I do. I think you're going to like this, Dwight. You learn that either Fishback or Gabby is nothing but a puppet, because one of them is the marionette.
Fishback or Gabby marionette? Okay. I don't believe that at all, but okay. Thank you.
Okay, see you later.
So if this is true, I was just told one of Omer, Christian, Caroline, or Marianne is the demon. And I don't believe that they would give me all of that on day one as investigator. So I'm already thinking I'm poisoned, drunk, or I myself am a marionette. It could be I am sober, this is the info I received, the demon is one of those 4 people, and there's a Scarlet Woman elsewhere on the board. And that's probably one of Sam, Claire, or Emily. Please show this when it happens. Ben and Jam's going to be like, well, Dwight's going to think this, so we're going to do this, and he's going to overthink it and think we're not giving him true info, which is what I'm thinking. So good job. Y'all read me correctly, because I don't believe you for a second.
Why
Brilliant.
is he so suspicious right off the start?
He doesn't think that we would... I suspect that he doesn't think we would indicate to him the proximity of the imp by giving him a marionette. But of course, we absolutely would, because there's a Scarlet Woman on this script. But if he doesn't believe that information, that's even better, because there's a very real possibility that Claire's going to try and convince him that he's the marionette, and he'll probably believe that.
Okay. All right. Is there anybody else we need to talk to?
Yes, we need to visit Gabby and Sam, and then we're done. So let's get Gabby in here for
Gabby,
1.
how you doing?
I'm doing great. How about you? Me and my
very
cat, we're
excited.
doing great.
Excited
We're ready to
have
be
you
the
here.
empath.
Yes. See your empathy in action.
Yes, and that little kitty sidles up to you in the dead of night and in cat tongue whispers gently in your ear that one of your living neighbors is evil.
One of them is? Oh my god, that's such good information. Thank you, Millie. Oh, I'm so glad she's a character in this. That's great. Okay. I wonder who it is. I wonder if you're telling me the truth. But yeah, this is Millie's
we always tell
canon.
the truth, Gabby.
Oh, of course, of course. Okay, thank you so much. I'll chew on this with
We
Millie.
would never lie.
Okay, so if one of my neighbors is evil, could be Marianne, could be Caroline, or I could be sitting next to the recluse who would ping as evil, can ping as evil, but might not be. So I'll see if either of one of them claims recluse, but otherwise I got my eye on you, Caroline and Marianne.
Hey, Sam, how are you? Welcome to the Clocktower game.
Thank you. I'm pumped. I'm ready to fortune teller it up. I might cause a little bit of chaos just for the sake of causing chaos as well. But
What we like to hear.
Look, there's a couple of people in this lobby, Rob. They're not trustworthy, no matter what. So I like the role
No kidding.
where I can call some people on their stuff here, and I'm going to keep all the information to myself because I'm greedy and I want to make sure I know what's going on.
Okay, well, in that case then, whose fortunes would you like to tell tonight?
See, I thought about going to the double neighbor because the marionette thing would be nice to figure out, but I'm gonna double dip and get the people that I want. I'm building my alliance here. I'm finding my 3 first day on the beach. So give me Omer and Emily.
You choose Omer and Emily, and you learn that no, neither of them is the demon.
Perfect. Okay, well now I know if Omer tries to gaslight me, he's full of shit.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
All right, well, good luck, Sam.
Thank you.
That's such a great pick for both teams, because on one hand, you've got Omer, who's been seen by the washerwoman, and so the fortune teller knows, hey, that's not a demon, and Omer wants to die in the night, so that'll be really handy. On the other hand, you have Emily, the Scarlet Woman, who might become the demon later in the game, and so if Sam thinks that she's not a demon, he might be more inclined to keep her alive. I think that's going to be great on both sides.
Yeah, it's really great info for both teams, and crucially also, Dwight is going to think it's quite likely that Omer is the imp to Fishback's marionette, but Sam has just discovered that Omer isn't the demon, and so if Sam and Dwight can get together and combine that info, that's the key to Dwight figuring out that he's probably the drunk.
All right, you ready to wake everybody up?
Let's do it. Here we go.
All right, day 1 coming up.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome. Welcome to your beautiful town, Ravenswood Bluff. But there's a newcomer to town today, a wizened old man, who's brought with him fun and games for everybody. In particular, his world-famous puppet show. But there's something a little off about these puppets. Something not quite right about the way they look. Something, dare I say it, evil in their design. In fact, some of you start to wonder if perhaps the puppets have always been here. Perhaps you're the puppet? Good luck, everybody.
Bravo. That was
Bravo.
great.
Good.
That literally I came with that on the fly. I'm really proud of that. Sometimes in life you just nail it in one, and that was one of those moments.
Let's talk about storyteller. Okay.
They're already off. Look at those two.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, not too much. How are you?
Nervous, a little anxious, ready to roll though.
Ooh, why are you nervous?
I don't want to mess this up, you know? Like you got to make sure I'm not
Oh
getting
yeah, you
gassed.
have to make sure you kill the right people.
Exactly,
you know.
right. I don't want to get gaslit. So I am starting with you. I feel like when I've played with you, when I've been town, because I'm town, want to get that out there. We've done very well. So I will say, do you want to do a 3 for 3? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'm debating whether or not I just want to hard claim to you.
Okay.
I'll give you 3 for 3, but I think it's going to be kind of obvious what I am for my 3.
If you'll hard claim to me, I'll hard claim to you.
Okay. You're going to hear my hard claim and then maybe change your mind.
Okay. Okay, go ahead.
I'm an outsider. There's a Baron in the game.
You're wait, what's our base?
0.
Okay, base 0.
If I'm not mistaken, I believe it's 0.
Okay, so you are an outsider. Okay, I'm inclined to
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm inclined to believe that.
Yeah, I'm also inclined to die. Just because I
think that's
I have this thing whenever I am town where I kind of throw it for the bad team, and I really don't want to do that this time.
Sure.
So we'll see.
What
But yeah,
which
what can you tell me?
outsider are you?
I kind of I'm the recluse.
Okay.
I'm kind of interested to see if somebody else claims, because I feel like if there is a Baron in the game, the Baron might be more inclined to claim an outsider because they know that there's 2.
If there's a
Am I
say
crazy?
that again. If there's a Baron in the game, somebody would be more inclined to claim an outsider.
Maybe. I'm thinking the Baron might claim to be an outsider.
Oh, I think that's very possible. You could be the Baron.
I want to tell you because I want somebody to know off the bat, but I'm kind of interested to see if somebody else claims.
Okay, well,
that there's a double claim.
You are right. I kind of do want to change my hard claim to hearing
That's totally
the thing.
fine. I am not going to hold you to that.
I will.
I trust you for what it's worth.
Yeah,
so.
I'll give you 3. I'll give you
Okay.
Soldier, Raven Keeper, Mayor.
Oh, those are all. It's kind of suspicious 3s. I'm not going to lie.
Absolutely, which is kind of intentional, but you know.
Hypothetically, when you play the game and you're a marionette, do you want to know or not?
Hypothetically, I don't. It's much more fun for me if I don't know I'm Marionette, even though it's more stressful
that's
for
how
me.
That's how I feel as well.
That's a great question to ask me first, neighbor.
Yeah, I feel like I'm trying to talk to the neighbors. I'm letting them know the same thing.
I love that a lot. So what are you? Because I'm
Yeah.
an empath with a 1.
Okay, you're an empath with a 1. I'm a soldier.
Soldier. Okay. Okay. Let me put that down. All right. Noted.
Yeah.
Sounds good. I'm glad we're hard
Okay.
claiming and trusting each other already. So
Yes.
I'm not your marionette.
Dwight-
You're not. I'm not your marionette. Oh, you wouldn't tell me because I just asked you not to tell me. That's just so
No.
true.
Yeah. No.
I appreciate that though. Not
Yeah.
telling people. It's a great. It's the power of the marionette.
It is,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that we should really hold true to that in this game.
We should. I think we should trust each other in this game wholeheartedly. You should.
I'm
you should.
Dwight. I'm with you 100%.
I love that. You
know
should
what I'm
always
saying?
vote with
Okay.
me too. Just saying, you should vote
Yeah,
with
yeah,
me
yeah.
often. Like, make sure I don't die. Theoretically,
Okay, yeah,
just,
yeah, we're locked in.
We're locked in. We're gonna go to the end. Exactly.
I wanted to grab someone right away, and I don't talk to you early enough in this game. in these
Okay.
games. So I'm the saint. I want to tell you right out of the gate.
Okay.
Yes.
You're the saint?
Yeah, I need someone to vouch because then that way no one thinks I got that bluff from a demon.
Okay. Okay, you're the saint. Okay. In interest of thing, I'm the monk.
Ooh, okay, don't protect me. That's for sure.
Yeah. Okay. So that's what I'm feeling. I'm trying to figure out someone who I'm trying to find someone who I can trust, who I can just continually protect to let it hit. but obviously I'm trying not to tell people this.
Yes.
So, yeah, that's what it is.
Hello.
What are you going to tell me?
You are my marionette.
Oh my god.
No, you're not.
You could
You're
just
not.
be
You're not.
lying.
I was lying.
Oh.
I have information. I wanted to see your reaction because I thought maybe I wanted to see, maybe if you were a baddie, you would have been like, or you were like, no, I'm not. I've got the.
Ooh,
no, but I do have first night information.
You're trying to play me like Benjamin. Okay.
Yeah. So what's the best way to do this where we both can have a little bit of verifiability? You want to give me 3 and I'll narrow it down? Why don't you give me 3 and I can tell you if mine is in that 3?
Oh, that's fun. Okay, I will say fortune teller, empath, undertaker.
Okay, I do not have any of those 3, so you are not in my 3.
Okay, and what about you? What's your 3 for me?
Well, I think you can guess. I'm a first night info roll, so I'm either, let's say washerwoman, librarian, investigator.
Oh, so then I would answer if any of those are me.
Well, no. I think we're done here because you are 3. We're not in my ping.
Oh,
yeah.
See. I did not understand what we were doing.
Oh, yeah. Wait, were you lying about your 3? Because if you were lying, then there might be some more information here.
No, I was not. I chose one that one of them was mine, but I thought that I was going to give you 3, and you were going to tell me if you were one of those 3.
No. I am the washerwoman, and I got a ping, and that's why I started with telling you were my marionette, because I wanted to see, maybe you were the imp, and you thought you were going to think to yourself, wait a second, no, he's my marionette.
Can you tell me what it is then?
I'm the washerwoman. No, I'm not going to tell you what the role is. That would be idiotic, because I know for sure, if you really are one of those 3, you are not my pig.
Let's do a 3 for 3. Mm-hmm. I am librarian, empath, or chef.
Okay, so you likely have some information, but what type of information we'll kind of, keep private for right now?
That's right, yeah. And yourself?
Okay, gonna be slightly cagier just for, a little bit. I am either the washerwoman, soldier, or virgin.
Hi, Christian. How are you?
Doing all right. I'm feeling saintly today, actually.
Oh, a holy man.
A holy man.
Fantastic.
I'm man of the cloth.
Fantastic. As a child of God myself, that feels great to hear.
Even I know that reference. I'm not even the biggest Big Brother guy, and I know that reference, Claire. So that's amazing. Yeah, so anything you want to share? So I'm going to be public about this. I want everyone to know because of outsider math and barons. So anything you can share with me?
Nothing to share with you. I have hard claim to someone. I will give you a 3.
3?
If that's okay.
Yes, you may.
I will claim fortune teller, undertaker, monk.
Are you any of those 3?
Yes.
Okay. Who'd you check?
Who'd I did not act. So there you go.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I will give you that I am either the empath, slayer, or ravenkeeper.
Okay, and I don't tend to believe your 3 for 3s anyway, because I think you usually don't put your real role in there. But I'll tell you that I am either librarian, chef, or washerwoman.
Can I ask, if you are librarian or washerwoman, who are your pings on? Like the people.
I don't want to reveal at this time. You could be. I'm going around and chatting to particular people, so you can, maybe I'll reveal later.
I got you in a washerwoman ping.
Oh,
yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, but I'm actually and I just talked to my other person, and his 3 were not any of my 3, but he might have been bluffing because he thought I was bluffing because his 3 might correspond with my 1. So, but anyway, how should we do this to have the most verifiability?
Do you want me to?
Why don't you give me 3, and if it's in that 3, we can narrow it from there.
Okay, I am. I will be honest to you. I just lied to Christian, but okay. I will be honest to you. I am one of Slayer, Soldier, Ravenkeeper.
Okay, you have that is one of the ones in my ping. I'm going to eliminate Slayer from that mix. Are we still hot?
Okay.
Okay.
Yes,
are you the Ravenkeeper?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
No, I'm not. I'm the soldier.
Wait, are you really the soldier?
Yeah, I'm really the soldier.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Soldier.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Good to know.
Okay. Is that what you saw me as?
Nope.
Or, okay. Then the other person is Raven's Keeper.
I think so too. I think he was lying to me. Or I am drunk.
Please tell me you're not the Baron.
I am. I know.
Sorry.
No,
okay,
me
I
too.
just claimed
too.
recluse. I just claimed recluse.
No,
so,
that's good. That's good. You're recluse.
Okay.
I can be the drunk. But then there's other, like, basically, so we'll cast.
I know there's probably another recluse out there. I probably just double claimed with somebody else. Okay.
You could be the.
I'm the Scarlet
You
Woman.
could be the drunk. You're Scarlet Woman. Okay.
I can't be the drunk if I claimed recluse.
So the drunk.
That's right.
always finds out
I'll go
challenge,
down
so-
with the ship. I will go down with the ship.
So we don't have any information as a minion team then.
No. What are you claiming?
So
I haven't talked
so
to Claire.
basically I've just done like a meaningless 3-3. I was originally thinking I could be the drunk. Okay, you're saying that you're gonna be a recluse. That's actually not horrible. So
okay, I know. I just need to go with it and like fight hard for it, and then I'll register as a Scarlet Woman when I die if there's an Undertaker. So I'll be like, that's evidence that I'm the recluse because I can register as anything.
That's good. So basically, I'm gonna try to be the drunk. I'm gonna be like, let's have me be a sketchy washerwoman. You can be,
sketchy washerwoman.
I'll be
got
sketchy
it.
washerwoman. You will be the recluse. So basically, we're gonna claim outsiders. Let's cast sus on the other outsiders because I clearly have wrong information. You as a recluse, how can we keep you as like?
I will go hard. Don't worry about it.
Are you not the Raven Keeper?
Okay, I am the Raven.
Okay, because when you said fortune teller, empath, Undertaker, I was like, oh, those are all three like kill me at night kind of roles.
Yes, that's what I'm kind of trying to go.
Yeah,
You're gonna blow up my spot.
Well, what if I say that my ping was for one of those three?
Yes, perfect.
Which one do we want to say?
Well, I was trying to wonder which was the best one because I thought if I was going to keep it open-ended by saying I checked you and Sam so that I could pick because I don't want to counterclaim anyone is the issue.
Okay. Claire is claiming that she is the soldier, which I think so. Like we got down to the 3 for 33. It was like she said I'm the Slayer, I'm the soldier, I'm the Raven Keeper. I'm like, oh, I think this is my person. So I said, okay, like let's take Slayer off of that. Are you one of those two? And she was like, yes, I am. And then she was like, oh, really? And she then claimed to be the soldier. So I'm a little worried she might quickly figure out that Raven Keeper was the one I was in the hunt for.
I've heard an outsider claim early, so I will put that on the table for you, which would suggest that this is a Baron game.
Yep. Well, I can clarify that. I can confirm that. I'm the Saint, so I believe that wholeheartedly.
Okay, perfect. So there's two outsiders. I think that makes sense. I've been doing kind of a 3 for 3. So the 3 roles that I gave to the person I spoke with earlier is Soldier, Raven Keeper, and Mayor.
Okay. You are signaling that you do not want to be shot at.
Perhaps.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, I'll tell. Be a vouch for me. I claimed Saint immediately. I'm going to try to be very public about it.
So okay. I mean, I don't think I'm giving away any information that's, exclusive here. I think Emily is going to come forward and try to die as well. So she is claiming recluse.
Okay.
Make of that what you will.
Has someone approached you about being in a washerwoman ping or librarian ping?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Gotcha.
Has someone talked to you about washerwoman?
Someone said that they were one and that they had talked to you, but maybe not that you were in their ping. I was just asking if they talked to their person yet, and they said they talked to you only.
I'll tell you, I've talked so far to Gabby or Emily. So if one of them is saying that to you, they did talk to me. Has not come up yet.
Okay, sounds good.
Interesting. And then, okay. And the person who I did talk to, who maybe is claiming washerwoman, told me librarian, empath, or chef.
Okay, they told me librarian, chef, washerwoman.
Interesting. Well, makes sense because you were empath.
I said empath and they dropped it, which is interesting. Okay.
Okay, so that means Gabby. I'm guessing we're talking about Gabby here.
We're talking about Gabby, yeah.
Okay, Gabby is saying librarian, chef, but then okay, I think Gabby's saying washerwoman then because you said empath and that was her switch. Okay, Gabby's probably librarian or chef. If Gabby is the librarian, she is trying to get information that there's an outsider. Okay.
Yeah, it says base is 0. So yeah, it could be outsider. Maybe she knows there are none, or maybe maybe one of us is drunk or something. I don't know, but we'll figure that out. What'd you talk to Emily about?
But also, is it correct that if there's 10 players, there should not be any outsiders?
If there's a Baron in the game, there would be. There'd be 2.
Okay.
If I can ask, what did you talk to Emily about?
So basically, Emily was telling me that she is a role that she is not thrilled about. Basically pretty much was saying that she appears sketchy, but she also normally does when she's good. But I'm getting outsider vibes from her too, which actually is interesting. Let's say Gabby is the librarian, and Emily is claiming like some type of outsider role as well, which is bold to do as a lie. If you know there's not supposed to be any outsiders, there's probably a Baron.
Hey, look, it's the 3 of us. Hey, we are
Oh,
the
yeah. Remember when Marianne caused so much chaos last time?
And we almost won because you mean every time.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
this time I'm trying not to be killed as night 1 as usual. This is just personal preference. Actually, no, not personal preference. I'm actually useful this time.
Okay, well then you need to, if you don't want, you need to give me a name of someone to chaotically nominate that if it's not you.
Okay, you were gonna nominate me?
Unless you give me a name, I'm gonna nominate you.
This is so interesting.
Don't nominate. I can't give you a name, but I can tell you
You'll
who
give me a name.
I don't know who. Okay. I like everyone. I feel like nominate yourself.
Oh,
There's
that
your
is
name.
chaotic.
There's
That is
There's
chaotic.
your name. You said
No,
you
then
wanted
I'm
a name.
nominating you if you don't name another person.
I'm not.
Guys,
I
I feel like this is your shtick. I'm gonna
information.
step out.
Okay.
This is not my bit.
Okay, I don't have any information.
Okay, now that the demon is gone.
Okay, but actually, like, you don't want to kill me.
That's fine.
Yeah, and I'm. What do you want to give me? Because you're always like, you don't tell me anything, but then you force.
Well, you didn't tell me anything.
Okay, but you're the one who's like, I didn't tell you anything, so I'm gonna go and kill you. So I need an olive branch, and then I give some information to you.
Okay, I am a valuable role that should not be killed.
Okay.
Because of ongoing information.
Okay.
But if I tell too many people that, I might get killed.
I'm not gonna tell a single soul. Okay. I'm not gonna tell a single soul.
Well, tell me something about you.
I am a valuable person who should not be killed.
That's not enough. I said that I gather information as we go, so you have to tell me something about the information that you have.
Okay. It's good information.
That's not a thing. Then why would it be valuable?
No,
why would
trust
it be
me.
valuable moving forward then?
No, trust me. Omer, trust me. Trust me.
I am the saint.
Okay. I'm the recluse.
Okay. Great.
Okay. That's not great. I would be happy to die.
So I got you marked on the recluse, but go on. What are you thinking?
Nothing. I was just. I was kind of hoping somebody else would claim recluse. Because I think it's more likely, there's a Baron in the game, obviously, for the Baron to try to pretend to be an outsider.
Yeah.
But I feel like one of us is going to die because it's a little, and I don't want that to be you if you're claiming things.
Well, I mean, I don't want to be executed. I think it'd be shocked if they executed
Slayer?
day 1. What's that?
Slayer shot?
Yeah, I'd be totally fine with Slayer
Oh,
shot.
now
I've already been
Omer's
telling
coming to
people
me.
that I'd be okay taking a Slayer shot. So
Okay, I love that.
Yeah.
But the fact that you're willing to do that makes me not want to waste it on you.
Claire, close your ears. Sam, do you have anything to tell me?
I don't.
I want to be your marionette.
I don't, unfortunately. I wish, Omer.
Oh, if it isn't Captain Gaslighter herself as well.
Oh, wow. Interesting, Omer. Mr. Evil.
Claire, wait, Omer, close your ears. Claire, do you have anything to tell me?
No, I do not. And now you as well.
Wait,
to
should we
me,
do something really
Sam.
fun and chaotic?
What are you cooking on,
Should we
Omer?
do something really fun and chaotic? I'm gonna I want to do my round 1 nomination on Claire to suss people out on how they feel.
Wow.
What does that
Do you
mean?
like this?
I'm down. I like fun and chaotic, but
I don't love
I won't even
it.
necessarily vote for you, but it might be fun.
I don't love it, but okay.
Right, what do you want to share with me? The truth?
What do I want to not the truth, but I won't lie to you.
Okay, that's... I'll interpret that later.
Okay. Have you heard of a recluse? This is important
No.
to a certain person. You
I
have
have
not
not.
heard of a recluse. Okay. It has come to my attention that there is most likely a Baron and someone might be drunk.
Is that somebody me?
I cannot tell you that. I don't know. But depending on your role, keep that in mind because it might affect the information that you're getting in the same way that it might affect the information that I'm getting.
Okay, well, I mean, empath was a 1, so...
Oh, okay. That actually is very important then for your information.
Okay.
And I'm assuming you've talked to Claire, and then Claire
I've talked
said
to
that...
Claire's role could easily be Demon Bluff, so I don't know.
Okay. Because I'm obviously going to say that I'm good. I am good, but like you can't take that. You can't take that at surface value.
Right. You have a 3 for me at least before we have to go back?
Oh, and we have to go back. You're going to have to try tomorrow, Dwight.
Are you kidding me?
Bye.
Excuse me?
Welcome back, everybody. There are 10 of you alive. That means a minimum of 5 votes will be required today if you wish to execute somebody. By all means, do feel free to chat as a group, but if you want to make nominations, they are open.
I would like to make a nomination.
I would like to interrupt Omer before he makes a nomination.
Thank you.
I want to put it out there right now that I am the saint. Okay, I told people instantly that this was the case. I want that to be out there, and particularly because there are 0 starting outsiders, this would imply a Baron.
And I would like to second that by saying I am the recluse. And I also immediately claimed, and I don't know, we should keep an eye out if there's evidence of a drunk.
Can we Slayer shoot Christian?
And by the way, I would also be fine with taking a Slayer shot. I'm totally fine with that. I won't let the town to discuss, but I put that on the table as something I would volunteer to take.
Yeah, which is making me, and I'm usually the person who's like, I love to Slayer shot a saint. It's making me not want to waste a Slayer shot if there is one. Just think about it if you are the Slayer. Christian seems really willing. The first conversation I had with him, he was like, shoot me, shoot me, shoot me. So I feel like if he is bad, he's probably a minion.
Do we have a librarian out there? Anyone who wants to be open with it? Okay.
No, I'm the washerwoman. I got I have 2. I have confirmed tentatively my person, but I don't want to give any more information than that.
Was that the miscommunication?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay, we'll circle back on that.
I would like to nominate somebody. So, we have I see Survivor. Claire, do you even go here? And if so, were you the one that was sitting out on the bench all the time? Oh, wait, no. You were on RHAP Traders, and we saw how you made Bowie Jane your marionette. So who's to say you're not going to do it again? I nominate you.
What was that?
Omer's been going.
Focus.
Omer has nominated you, Claire. What do you have to say in your defense?
Omer's explanation required you to have watched approximately 100 hours of different shows, and I think that's a little rude. And there was even a very bad Bowie Jane impression in there.
No, there wasn't.
Yes, there was. I would rather not die today. I think I am pretty valuable moving forward.
That is southern.
If you'd like to kill me, do it.
This accent is going
I'm not very good
downhill.
at accents. My apologies. I'd rather not die tonight, but I think we have people that are willing to die. If you want to kill me, you can.
Okay, 5 is the minimum.
Let's put her on the sit-out bench.
No, or...
And Marianne's in on it. What's going on here?
What?
Marionette.
3's not enough. Claire lives.
Marianne, why did you vote for that?
I voted for that based on information I got from people to try to help them find their puzzle piece.
Okay.
I want to ask Emily. I want to ask Emily.
No, it wasn't based on what you said.
Sorry, Emily. Did you claim recluse to anyone prior?
Yeah, my first conversation I had with Sam, I hard claimed to him. There's no point in keeping it secret. That being said, if we are going to kill an outsider, of which I'm not opposed, I think we should take that risk on me, not Christian. But I do think it is the Saint claims, the 2 outsider claims in a game that's supposed to have 0 outsiders, obviously a Baron, risk that there is a drunk that is unknown. So I don't hate the idea of killing an outsider, but I know I'm good, and I worry that Christian's bad, and he's going to be there at the end. Sorry, Christian.
You just said you trusted him based on not wanting to die.
No, I think it is. I think it is interesting that he immediately said kill me, like, oh, I want there to be a Slayer that kills me, I think he's the Baron, is what I'm saying.
Is there a potential?
At which point, who cares if I'm at the end as the Baron? I don't win the game as the evil team if I'm evil. It's always
Oh,
over the
fair
demon.
enough, fair enough.
So it doesn't really make a lot of sense. I mean, the only way it would make sense if the demon like decided to kill themselves at night and pass it to their minion. That's the only way that would make sense.
Second call for nominations.
Yeah. Dwight nominates Stephen Fishback.
Dwight, tell us why you've nominated Fishback.
You claimed Washwoman. That's helpful. I want to put this on the block, and then if there is a virgin out there, I'd rather Steven nominate them and see if we can confirm that info to be sober and true. Because Washwoman's a great confirmation, but if you're the drunk, then that could be, clearing an evil person as well. So I'd just rather get this on the block, execute them. If the Undertaker confirm that, there's a virgin can nominate them as well. Maybe I can start a chain of solving the game.
I believe I am good. I mean, I know that my token is blue, and I know that I'm a washwoman. I got my information confirmed in a really way that was so roundabout that I have to believe it's accurate and that I'm not the drunk or the marionette. So I actually think, normally I think it's fine to kill a first night info roll, but I would actually rather kill rolls, start to kill people who I don't know or trust. If this goes through, I'm fine with it, but I'd rather not die.
Would you be okay nominating a potential virgin though?
Oh yeah, for sure. I would do that.
Great.
We're looking for 5.
Dwight's like,
are you a potential virgin, Dwight?
No, I'm not.
Is there a potential virgin out there?
I don't know for sure, but I heard it in a couple threes. So
let's just do 5 on this.
I heard a couple of 3 for 3s.
Put it down, Bomar.
5 is enough.
Is there a virgin out there? Because now would be a good time to tell, so that we can confirm my info.
Can you?
I don't know. I like the low key virgin just hanging
No,
out.
but there's like a big confirmation
for
chain.
the virgin or a virgin?
Can you nominate Caroline?
Me? Yeah, I nominate Caroline.
Okay, Fishback, tell us why you've nominated Caroline.
Well, I guess maybe there was a chance that Caroline was a virgin. I have heard some sus on Caroline, actually. Maybe Caroline right now can clarify a little bit about who she is. Otherwise, I actually think this might be a good kill and a better kill than me.
I actually think this could be a very good kill as well, because I believe I am Washerwoman. The issue is I have not had the opportunity to confirm this.
No.
I'm going to keep my information close to my chest.
This bit has been done. Caroline, this bit has been done. No.
I'm confused.
Is this an homage?
I'm sorry.
Like,
We literally can't have one of these games.
No. You can't do this. I'm sorry. This is like a rerun. We can't have it. Okay. Oh my gosh. We have to kill Caroline. We have to kill Caroline.
Guys, let's give Caroline a chance to respond to all of this. Caroline.
Honestly, I'm sus of myself. So feel free to kill me, because either Fishback and there's something going on here where we're either like the drunk or the marionette. So something is wrong with us. I am fine killing me in this situation.
But you would not have a washerwoman token. There's no scenario. And for the fact that you're like, it's always the person who's like, oh, what if there's some like token confusion? What if we both have the washerwoman token? That person is always the baddie. So, yeah.
Hey, why am I catching strays here?
There's no world where we both have a washerwoman token, so we have to kill Caroline.
Can I ask one question?
Go for it.
There was a question earlier, Stephen, about your information.
Yeah.
I don't know. How are you reconciling that with the double claim?
Oh, well, I know that I'm the washerwoman. I don't necessarily know that my information is accurate, right? I could.
Yeah, I guess if you're in Fishbox ping and you felt sus on Fishbox claim, I guess now would be the time to do it.
I do not feel suspect on his claim.
Okay.
Emily,
Well,
I don't think this is a
run the
good
vote.
road for you to start defending Caroline, just gonna be honest.
Oh, I'm not trying to.
Spy.
What this feels like, this feels like a Baron claim to me.
I just,
this, honestly,
Fishback,
this-
my only concern is that I had a conversation with Omer, and Omer said to me, Fishback, something about like Fishback being weird.
No, I said there was a miscommunication, but we sorted it out. However, the only world in which I think Stephen is good, unless he's the spy.
Right.
That's what I would say for that.
Yeah, and I'll put on top of this. I'm pretty dang sure we're in a Baron game for obvious reasons. And one thing the Baron can do is just do something to cause chaos, right? And what better thing than to try to do, take out 2 people with themselves, right? So this feels like Caroline could be the Baron to me.
Any other nominations? In that case, then I'll call it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Caroline's executed and dies. And we all go to sleep.
Evil team is off to a rough start. There is sus on Claire. There is sus on Emily. I died. Ugh. And like, it's fine for me to die on the first night. That's not an issue. The issue is I feel like people died feeling pretty confident I was the Baron. I didn't want that to happen. I wanted to die being the drunk, being something that was clearly an outsider role. So I'm trying to think about how to pivot here.
Washerwoman victory! The true washerwoman triumphs over the false washerwoman.
I don't understand why we have another washerwoman double claim. Like, and the thing is, Caroline is so smart, and it scares me because I think there's a reason behind this, and I can't figure it out right now. If Fishback and Caroline are both the minions, and Claire's demon, I nominate Fishback. Fishback nominates Caroline, knowing Caroline's going to essentially expose herself right then and there to save Fishback, who's the Scarlet Woman, and Claire's the demon. Because why else would Caroline's threes overlap perfectly with the washerwoman clearing a soldier, if that is the case?
I feel like I have succeeded in putting myself out there as a believable saint. And the person who's coming off more suspicious is Emily. There's just a little bit of weirdness to how Emily behaved there, which makes me think she might be the demon. I need to close off the world where actually I'm a marionette. Because I think that's like one of the only ways that I could work, is if she is the demon.
So I planted the seed that I'm an ongoing information gathering role, and now we need to let it water, and that water is Marianne.
Emily as the recluse should have pinged as the demon for me. So either Emily is lying, or I am getting bad information. If Emily's playing for town, she's going to be suspicious of everybody and everything. The fact that I was not giving her any, I gave her 3 very suspicious bluffs in Soldier, Ravenkeeper, and Mayor, and she still was just like, yeah, I trust you. That makes me kind of not trust her.
Ben, could you talk us through what happened there? Was that a mistake from Caroline, or was it some trap that the good team hasn't realized yet?
I think Caroline's intention there was to bluff Washerwoman because she didn't think there was a Washerwoman in play, which has kind of backfired. It's unfortunate that Caroline didn't just say yes when people asked if she was the Virgin, because that would have been really confusion causing. But at the end of the day, it's not the end of the world that Caroline's dead. Of the 3 evil players, she's by far the one that the evil team would be most happy to sacrifice. And this actually very nicely sets up Emily to look like a recluse now, because if Gabby survives the night, she'll learn a 1 again. She'll probably think, hey, last night's 1 was Caroline, almost certainly, and now I'm sat between a monk and a recluse, and that's why I'm learning a 1. And that Scarlet Woman, Emily, has been seen as not the demon by our fortune teller, so I think that just makes more believable worlds. So even though the baddies are down 1/3 of their team, I think they've actually gotten something out of it, so it's not the end of the world for them. I'm not afraid for their survival just yet, put it that way.
Okay. Let's start to bring some folks in. Who do we start with today?
We start with our monk, Marianne, so let's get her in here.
This is hard. It's in between 2 people for me.
Okay.
Oh.
Who are those 2 people, Marianne?
The 2 people are Gabby and Omer. I both feel as if
Okay.
they are good people, that they do get continuous information. You know, obviously, I killed Omer once, and it'd suck if he died again, but you don't want to be wrong, and my forgot's telling me that Gabby's not safe, but you know what? Gabby's in America, Omer's in the same country as me, so I guess I'll go with Omer.
That's the one person she shouldn't have chosen.
Why do you say that, Ben?
Because Omer's whole ability relies on him being killed by the demon at night, and Marianne, by protecting him, has ensured that won't happen. But I understand her reasoning. It was a perfectly logical choice.
It was a sweet moment.
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah.
But hey, you know, Claire probably won't attack him anyway. But let's not speculate. Let's find out. Let's get her in here.
Hey, Claire, how are you feeling after one day?
That day could not have gone worse.
Oh, no.
At all. I do not feel good about us at all. I think Christian has a weird read on me. Emily, I think, is going to be soon to go. I didn't get a chance to talk to my minions at all. Dwight maybe thinks he's Marionette. That's the one thing I have going for me, but he's getting good empath info, so... Oh, it's going to be a hard battle here.
Okay. Well, maybe you could change it all with the right decision here.
Yes. Okay. I need to kill like an undertaker. I think I'm going to kill Gabby here. She's not gonna think she's Marionette because Caroline's gone. I don't know what she is. Sam told me he woke up. I think I have like half the Grim filled out, but I don't have any info on her, so I think it's gonna be Gabby.
Super interesting. You said that Marianne picked the wrong person, but the other person, you had no idea. The other person that she was thinking about saving was going to be the Imp's target.
Yeah, that's a coup for
That's a
Claire
big
right
swing.
there because Gabby's now not going to know, not going to really be able to know which of the people that neighbored her on night one were evil. I mean, Caroline does look quite evil, but there's always a chance that Marianne could be the one. And also, Gabby is going to... If Gabby learns that Marianne's the monk, she might quite rightly say, hey, why didn't you protect me? And then Marianne will be like, well, I was going to, but then I chose not to, and and it's going to, the paranoia, fire will have fuel all over it.
That. Hey, Sam, how you feeling?
I am feeling cautious right now. Can I ask a clarifying question, please?
Of course.
Would Emily should ping as the demon to me, correct? As the recluse?
Might. It's a might, so we get to decide whether it does or doesn't.
I don't like when you get to decide, Ben. That's never good for me when you get to decide. All right. Well, that is what is throwing me off at the moment is the recluse situation. Would there be a benefit in checking Emily again?
I mean, sure. You can check Emily as many. So basically, here's the choice that you have. You can either check Emily again and see what we do, and if you learn something different, then you've learned something, right? You can make of that what you will. But the sacrifice for that is you get to learn less information about the town, right?
So there's a lot of people on the board.
Yeah, you've chosen 2 of the 9 people that aren't you. If you choose 2 other people tonight, you've chosen almost half of the town that isn't you. So, yeah, it's like any dilemma in life. Are you going to be a jack of all trades and spread yourself wide and cast a wide net, or are you going to specialize on one thing? That is your choice.
Well, let's think here. There are quite a few people that I don't have any information on. I think the easiest thing for me right now, I would like to gather information certainly about Fishback. And I think I will go... I'll take a shot here. I will go with Fishback and Dwight.
Fishback and Dwight. And you learn that, yes, one of them is the demon.
Okay. I'm coming for you, Steven. Wow. Okay. So one of Steven or Dwight is the demon according to my ping. Now, this is good because I've gotten a different answer, but the question now, is my information accurate? And what is Steven doing if he is the demon? What is his play here? Because he hard claimed something that would have been ignoring his bluffs with a washerwoman.
It was not such a great day for the evil team, but I think it was a pretty productive night for the evil team.
It was a brilliant night for the evil team, yeah.
Okay.
The removal of Gabby and the fact that Sam has not chosen the demon but has chosen his red herring means that the good team got almost nothing tonight.
Yeah. Okay. Should we go wake him up?
Let's do it. Gather round, citizens of Ravenswood Bluff, and let me tell you a tale. It's a short tale. It's called The Tale of Gabby's Death in the Dead of Night.
Oh.
Boo!
Hey, what were you, if I can straight up ask?
I was the empath, and
Okay.
Steven knew, and I told Marianne I was an important role because she told me I was an important role, and I got an empath. I got a ping 1 on the first night.
Ping 1 first night. Okay, cool. Because I've played empath to a few people. I was just lying.
I know.
Okay, sorry about that. But you're dead, so I believe you at this point. Who did you tell? You got an empath 1 and you died at night. I don't think. Okay. I haven't told anyone this. I'm only telling you. I'm the investigator.
Okay.
I saw you or Fishback as Marionette.
Oh! Okay, it's not me.
I don't think it's you because 1, we executed your neighbor Caroline, and 2, you died first. So the only way that's true is if Marianne specifically is the starting demon. So it's either Fishback is Marionette or I'm drunk or poisoned somehow. That's why I pushed on Fishback, like Fishback can nominate Caroline because that would confirm.
Why.
So yeah, that's why I did that.
I think that you are most likely good. I'm looking very much at the bottom half of the board.
Okay.
Slash to the left, basically Sam downwards as our possible suspects. I think that I do strongly suspect Claire.
Yep.
I have information that either Claire or Marianne is demon.
Claire or Marianne is demon. I mean, look, I know you're always good for a Marianne suspicion. I wouldn't be too mad at that. I mean, I've gotten role claims from both of them that I told them I would not reveal. But if it comes to the point that I'm suspicious of them, I'm happy to blow up their spot.
I know that Claire has claimed something that is extremely easy to bluff as demon.
Okay. Interesting.
Actually, we should just find out if it's the same role.
Yep.
Soldier.
1. No, she did not tell me that. That was not even part of her 3. Interesting.
What are you?
Okay, well, I was your Baron.
Yeah.
So, okay, here's the thing. I think it's just pretty obvious at this point that, like, I was killed.
Yeah.
I'm probably the Baron. I'm going to lean into that. I'm going to act like I'm trying my hardest not to fight the Baron. Everyone's going to think I'm evil. But I'm going to try to do some reverse psychology where I really support the good team to make them sus on the good team. What do you think?
Good. What was Emily?
Okay, so Emily is your Scarlet Woman.
You know what just occurred to me?
Huh.
Soldier, Ravenskeeper, Mare.
Yeah.
Those are 3 roles that would not want to die. That I think you want the Eagle team to target them. Are you the Undertaker?
I am not. But not a bad call. So I'm not the Undertaker. I do think we might have one though. I have you talked to Claire? I think Claire.
No, I haven't had any conversations with her. Why is she bad?
No, she told me that she's obviously posing as very important, but she told me she didn't wake up on night 1. So I think that if we have an Undertaker, she's a candidate for it. She could be a monk. She could be she could be a Slayer. So there's a couple of things that Claire could be. How do you feel about the outsider situation now that we have a claim from, we only have 2 claims, which is good, but I'm inclined to believe there's probably a drunk somewhere in the game. It would be kind of shockingly clean if there wasn't one.
I agree. There's either a drunk in my mind or a poisoner. So if there's not a drunk, there's probably a poisoner. But to be honest, I'd feel a lot better about Christian if Caroline was really the Baron. So I was hoping that there was an Undertaker who.
Well, what's the deal? What's the deal with this Caroline Fishback thing? I don't understand that play at all.
I went into a conversation right after you with Caroline, who told me that she was a night 1 information role, that she thought she was drunk because her information didn't line up. And then I went to a conversation with Omar, who said Fishback's acting sketchy, and then he said something about
what is Fishback's play if he's claiming Washerwoman when, it's not one of his bluffs if he's the demon? Yes. So is he a minion that didn't get bluffs?
I trust Fishback. I don't trust Caroline. She didn't fight hard for herself there. If I was actually the Washerwoman and somebody was double claiming me, I'd be like, excuse me. No, you're not.
That's a great point. That's a really good point.
She just sat there and took it. So that makes me think that Fishback actually is the Washerwoman.
What can you give me here, Marianne?
I don't know, because I don't trust you, so I want to say nothing. I don't not trust you. I just don't trust you.
I understand that. The double claim's a little on the nose, though, right? Don't you feel like your bit has been done? Don't you feel like some, That
was so... I started a cultural phenomenon, which is great.
So you don't feel like you're a comedian who's, routine what you just saw someone else trying to do?
Binky stole my joke? No, not at all. Yeah. That's an Arthur reference. I'm not sure if you watched Arthur, Steven.
No. I'm too old. Yeah.
Okay. I do believe that you are Washerwoman. I don't want you to die tonight, from execution. I think that's a waste.
It's a waste.
I've seen these games played before. I know how this works out. One falls, the other does out of sus.
Can you give me anything?
Can I give you
3?
anything?
What about 3?
Give
Give me a type of role so I can start to like put together the whole, the whole map of it.
Like, I'm useless until I'm not.
Okay. So that's like, but you're not the virgin.
No, I'm not the virgin.
So that's like, you're basically saying you're the Slayer or the Raven Keeper?
No.
Okay. Oh, you're the mayor, is what you're saying. Sorry. Are you saying you're the mayor?
Okay, I feel as if I've already denied 2 things. I can't deny more.
You don't need to deny any more things. That's fair.
So that's fair. Take that as you will.
So here's the thing, Gabby, I wanted to die. So I'm glad that you did. I'm the butler. So basically, I'm the butler. I'm useless, and figured what's the best way to like just get off the bat. Should I have actually had virgin as one of my 3? Silly. But yeah.
If you're the butler, then that means there are 3 outsider claims, which numerically doesn't really work. So do you think someone else is lying?
I think someone might be drunk. So
no, but that would mean that we have 4 outsiders.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
even
you're right.
More. So basically, our options are either like 0 or 2, and so 2 people have claimed. And now, if you're saying you're the butler, then that's 3.
Let's see. No. Someone could be the marionette though. So then we would have
somebody
3. Like the marionette thinks that they're drunk. Or the marionette thinks that they're townsfolk, but in reality not. So we could have, but like that's a lot going on. All I know, I'm pretty sure I am the butler. I was like, this is stupid, get me out. So
what do you mean you're pretty sure? You can see your token.
On the token, it says that I could be the marionette, but no one has told me.
How much do you trust your neighbors?
I trust you.
Okay.
I'm inclined to trust Claire. I don't know. No?
No.
Why?
Possible demon ping 1. 2.
Possible demon ping from who? What are you?
The Oracle.
Okay.
And interestingly, beyond that,
who have you checked?
Has claimed 2 different things to 2 different people.
Okay, what did she?
Marianne and Claire.
Okay,
and then I checked.
Yes, and a yes on that.
Yes, a yes on that, and then I checked Dwight and Christian and got a no.
I am a kind of not useless, but I'd like to stay alive to help town. I'm trying. Possibly.
All right.
Okay. I haven't told anybody that though. So
good bluff too. I'll keep it quiet, but also a good bluff.
True. No, I know. I'm kind of screwed. It's,
I think Carolyn didn't fight very hard. If she's actually the washerwoman, why didn't she fight harder?
No, she just claimed butler to me. She's all over the place. And she
Okay,
claimed
yeah,
butler, and I said there can't be 3 outsiders, and then she was trying to say, well, maybe she's drunk, and I said you can't be it's too.
You can't be
either
a
4
drunk
outsiders.
Okay.
So Carolyn's bad. Carolyn's bad.
Dwight, I don't know anything about you. I know something about Claire, and I know something about myself.
I am either empath, Slayer, Ravenkeeper.
Okay, well, I have other claims for 2 of those roles. So are
interesting?
I mean, your 3s are never accurate.
Okay, maybe I changed it up this time.
Yeah, right. This time you're telling the truth. Okay.
Of course I would.
Claire, I don't know if you've played with Dwight before. I know you've played in his games, but Dwight
I
lies
never
a
actually
lot.
have.
Yeah,
his
3 for 3 are like it's like some 4th thing. So don't trust that.
And when I switch it up and it's the truth, y'all are not going to believe me that day. So it's crazy, right?
Well, yeah, but your lies have caught up with you, Dwight.
My lies are that's so terrifying for me. Okay. Anyways, so Fishback, you claiming Washwoman?
Yeah, I mean, a little on the nose, right? For her to be double claiming me as washerwoman. Also, like, what was her? The only way I can understand that is if like she was a baddie and got like the go ahead to create chaos, but like she's such a sweet person, she doesn't have like the heart to create real chaos.
Who did you protect?
It was in between Omer and Gabby. I literally was like, I feel as if it's going to be one of those 2. So
you
very
picked Omer?
sad. I picked Omer.
Why'd you pick Omer? What was your reason? What'd you think about him?
He said, my only reason was that he was like, oh, I'm a role that gives information every time. So maybe, so I was like, okay, sure, between Omer and Gabby. The interesting thing, though, is that we have 2 empath claims in this game.
Oh, okay. Oh, wonderful.
I just feel bad. Now you're like stuck. You're like a pariah. I don't want you to feel like your first game with us. I don't want you to feel like you're all alone.
No. So
we have to have the washerwoman.
Here's the issue.
Yeah.
Fishback, I wanted to die. So I'm glad that you killed me. I thought that was the best way to go about it. Because the issue is that I'm the butler.
Right.
So I'm like, I'm absolutely useless. Let's kill me. So
Yeah.
I'm happy with how everything worked out.
But why not have just said, I'm the butler, kill me?
Because then you might want to kill another different type of outsider. There might be a different conversation. Like, I just wanted to die. So thank you for killing me. But I want to move forward with this because I feel like there's so many different outsider claims and it's getting weird. So
Yeah, the outsider claims, I mean, you're definitely getting weird. Like, you are the weird. I think all of the weirdness can be traced to one place.
Gabby's actual empath. I lied.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah. So, my God, I don't know if I trust you fully. That's the thing, but I'm just going to. I'm just gonna fully trust you.
Dwight, come on, let's just lock in. Let's just lock in. You and me,
Fuck
buddy.
it. You know, why not? Okay, I'm the
Fuck
investigator.
it, yes!
Okay, I'm the investigator.
Okay, you're in.
I saw
Okay.
Fishback or Gabby as the marionette.
Okay.
The fact that
Interesting.
Fishback is a washerwoman confirming his neighbor, Omer, I want Omer dead today. I don't care if Fishback's confirming him. If Fishback is marionette, believes he's washerwoman confirming his neighbor and Omer, that's prime marionette material, right? And we know this marionette's a demon, not a recluse. So, and the fact that Caroline got executed, Gabby is dead, that's my other marionette ping. Gabby did get an empath 1, supposedly on the first night. If she's a marionette next to Marianne the demon, I don't believe that's going to be what a marionette gets. So either Fishback is the marionette next to either a demon and Omer or Christian. Christian's claiming Saint, so I'm about to kill Omer. Or I'm being poisoned or drunk, or I'm actually your marionette.
I like this!
So cool.
Yes.
I'm not going to out all this today unless I get very pushback from Fishback, but we'll see what happens. Omer's trying to ping me. I don't care why I'm dead today. But okay, great. Thank you.
Yes, let's kill him. Yeah.
Yay.
Okay.
Welcome back, everybody. There are now 8 of you alive. That means 4 votes required today if you wish to execute somebody. Nominations are open.
I don't want to nominate. I just want to say that Caroline is no longer claiming washerwoman, so I'm no longer in a double claim.
Wait, Caroline, what the hell? What are you claiming now?
Caroline's claiming crazy stuff, though. I'd like to speak as the recently deceased ghost of this town.
I reached my objective. Exactly what I wanted to have happen happened, but the issue is it's like so ridiculous. So I am the butler. I wanted to die. I was being absolutely ridiculous because I wanted to die because it makes no sense. So I died. I am happy that I am dead because I wanted that to happen. I just wanted to get myself out of here so we can actually make some progress for the good team. So that is what happened.
I'm done. I can't with you, Caroline. Okay, but first of all, I am the empath, and I had a night 1 ping, meaning either Marianne or Caroline was bad. So that's also a bit why I pushed for Caroline to be nominated. And thinking, obviously I didn't know I was going to die, thinking then I would get information on my next neighbor. So I feel like you can really believe that I'm the empath. I know that there's someone else that has claimed empath out there, but I'm not suspicious of them because we talked about it and they were covering for me and for their own role.
Caroline, you were the butler. Who was your person the first day?
You actually.
Okay.
Okay, let's not waste your time on that.
Number 2. Can I explain what I think is happening? Can I explain what I think is happening here? I think this is adding credibility to the idea that I think Caroline is trying to throw a sus onto one of the existing outsiders.
Yeah.
They're trying to be an outsider, and I think that adds credibility that there maybe isn't a drunk.
Okay.
I think that's true.
I would like to know. Oh, go ahead, Marianne.
Oh, that's not me.
Oh, sorry. I would like to nominate.
Sorry, that was I put it down.
Claire, you've been on 2 shows. It's 2 nominations. I have heard crazy shit about our. You know what, Claire? Your mistake, because I wanted you to just be chaotic with me, but you haven't even talked to me. And I have heard different claims, easily unverifiable roles. There is a demon ping on you in the ether that I've heard about. I think your role, from what you've allegedly claimed to me, or not to me, but someone adjacent to me, is not valuable moving forward. So I want you to beg to die, otherwise I don't trust you.
Completely agree.
Okay,
Let's go for Claire. Absolutely.
Caroline,
I am
reverse psychology queen.
I'm going to request that I do not die, and actually, Omer, I have heard sus about you. So I guess reverse and right back at you. I'm curious about this demon ping, and I think we need to be looking at this other person. I would prefer not to die here moving forward. Omer, let's talk tomorrow. I have hard claim to multiple people, but I have claimed other things to other people. So I'm not sure who you've talked to.
We're looking for 4.
Claire, how devastating is this?
Let's put this on the block.
Yeah, how bad is it? Like scale of 1 to 10?
Maybe
Maybe
not like a gun, but
okay, maybe
would prefer not to be on
No,
here.
don't.
4 is enough.
Yeah, don't like
Okay,
that.
I do have a question for town, particularly one Dwightus Morris here.
Yes.
What
Get
do
his
you,
ass.
what do you think of what the Slayer should do at this spot? What's your opinion?
Oh, I'm not the Slayer, so I don't really know.
I'm asking what if you were? What would your opinion of that be? What should they do?
Shoot Omer.
Shoot Omer?
Yep.
Why Omer?
Well, I'll go ahead and nominate Omer, and I'll explain why.
You're a little
Alright,
trash
tell us
bag.
why.
You refuse to talk to me.
Yeah. So I'll just out everything and be truthful. Why not? It's day 2. I'm the investigator. I on night 1 was told that either Fishback or Gabby is the marionette. I told no one this on day 1. Caroline got executed and Gabby died in the night. So the fact that Gabby claimed empath with the 1, I don't believe is actually the marionette, because it would be next to Marianne getting an empath 1 and Marianne be demon. I don't believe that's happening. So if I'm to believe my info, that means Fishback is marionette. Fishback is claiming Washwoman. I think it's confirming one of his neighbors. And that is very prime marionette material to confirm somebody that is your neighbor as a role. His other neighbor, I don't really want to kill today, so I'd rather go for Omer.
Omer.
That's very interesting. We should actually talk, Dwight, but I couldn't talk to you because you refused my chats. And I think that this is actually extremely interesting information that we should delve into further in the next round. However, I would really advise, if there's still suspicion on me next round, I do suggest that you kill me then. However, I am a valuable role moving forward that does gather further information. And so I already am on to where we need to go, and I wanted to talk to you, Dwight, because I cleared you in a way. So
you cleared me?
Yeah.
Interesting. With your information, you cleared me.
Yes.
Can I add relevant?
I want Omer dead even more.
Can I have add relevant?
Please do.
So Omer is the person I can confirm with my washerwoman ping. Obviously, if I were the marionette, like, that would be something devious for the storytellers to do, to give me something to confirm.
Yes.
But, like, it's not like a little on the nose, to be honest, for our devious storytellers.
That's the thing. That's why I didn't tell anybody day 1. But like the fact that Gabby died immediately, I have to push on this, because if my information is sober, this is the world that makes the most sense.
I understand what you're saying, but how can we exclude Marianne as the?
I think it's less
or
likely.
Caroline, and there's a Scarlet Woman.
Okay, why are you putting my name in your mouth?
That's less likely. This is the most.
I'm gonna run the vote,
I'm gonna
guys.
go Occam's razor.
Feel free to keep chatting as it goes round. 5.
I'd rather
who did you say the other people
go
were?
Tyler.
You and Gabby.
This is not a good idea to kill
Me.
me in the day.
Oh my goodness. Oh, we're
I
gonna.
think this is a better
This
move.
is a bad idea.
Can I just add?
I think it's good to kill
Can
Omer.
I add something to this? Would add
5 is
credibility
enough.
to White's claim. Caroline's weird double claim there. Somebody else mentioned to me that it felt a little bit like a minion trying to take it off.
Yeah.
'Cause
Oh,
that
that's
was
interesting.
It
But,
lacked
like, yeah.
emphasis. It was like, if I was actually the washerwoman, I'd be like, oh my gosh, I'm the washerwoman. Like this is crazy. Like, why
It
did
could
that
also
claim
be
came so late?
Scarlet, or like she was the imp, and then Scarlet Woman did.
Also, like, but Caroline, my read on that was like Caroline is so kind that she was like trying to create chaos, but like doesn't have like the personality for it. That said, like, I mean, like, I actually think there's like a big world where, like, you know, I don't know, like, I see blue. So like, as far as I know,
And
like,
I believe you
I'm
do.
blue. But also, like,
Thank
this would
you.
be like a really devious misdirect for the storytellers to put in the game, for like the washerwoman to be confirming the person next to him, for that person to be part of like investigator ping.
Yes. I
like,
wholeheartedly
that would
agree.
be a
That's-
very devious misdirect.
It's right. That's why I didn't bring it up until since I saw Gabby dead. Now there's only
Yeah.
one option left. I have to go with this, and your other neighbor's a saint, so I can
Yeah,
clear
yeah.
this world fully by
Allegedly.
going after Omer.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Any other
there is the
nominations?
allegedly.
And I did
Allegedly,
tell
but still, it leaves him there.
Okay,
Final 3.
I really think that we should, like, okay, if you want to kill me, it's not the end of the world, but getting more information is valuable. And also, this is a big mistake. A big mistake.
Okay,
And
Omer,
I
can-
would
Omer.
say that we should, kill me next round, that's fine. I don't care.
Omer, can I ask you a direct question?
Yes.
Do you get continuous info? Yes or no?
Yes.
I want you dead.
Okay, fine, no, I don't.
That
But
doesn't line up with what I was told about. It doesn't line up with what I was told your role was. That does not line up with what I was told your role
wait,
was.
who told you my role?
It was implied by somebody, and I don't think you get continuous info.
I think it must have been Claire. Like, so okay, so Claire and Omer were part of my washerwoman pings. The fact was they have very, like, their roles narrowed down in such a way that I think Claire could have pretty easily deduced from what I was saying what my actual washerwoman. Can I just say, Omer?
Yes,
like at this point,
yes.
we like.
I mean, at this point, yes.
Yeah. So I got Ravenkeeper. Claire, no, I'm not going to say. But like, so based on my conversation with Claire, I thought like she was my ping, and it really got hot there. And so I was like, oh, it's not you after all, when she finally hard claimed to me. So that's when I knew that Omer was the Ravenkeeper. I think Claire could have easily figured out that Omer was Ravenkeeper. We were kind of trying to put this thing like, oh, he's an ongoing information gathering role to like hopefully like, absorb the kill in the night. I don't think it's, but so
idiots.
That's
I'm going to end the day unless I hear any nominations in 5, 4.
Well, I think this
3,
is gonna look like Minion Panic, but I'm gonna nominate Emily
2.
the Recluse because I have info that clears Omer. I think that there is, we have some sus on the minions. I'm sorry, on the outsiders. I don't think it's crazy to kill one of them here, and if I'm the marionette, I got to get it off Omer.
Yeah, if you suggested this yesterday, Fishbach, I'd be like, oh yeah, that's all for it. This to me screams Minion Panic.
I'm worried that I'm the minion.
I think at this point, to be quite honest, it's fine to just kill me because I'm not going to get killed overnight as
right. You're not going to kill
anyway.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
At this point, but this was stupid as hell. And Dwight, you're an idiot for trusting Claire. You're her Bowie J now.
My information comes from storytellers, so you're calling the storytellers idiots, and that's not very nice.
Okay, well,
Wow.
Emily, do you want to say anything before I run this vote?
I don't know. No.
Okay, here we go. Looking for 6.
I don't care.
Caroline, you can put your hand up now.
What's the source of this suspicion on the outsiders that you're talking about, Steven?
2's not enough.
I mean, just that there's 2 outsiders,
I.e.
And
Baron.
5.
I.e.
Yeah.
Baron.
Yeah.
If I can say, there's not a drunk, I think there's likely a poisoner. If there was an Undertaker and they got a Baron ping on Caroline, that would maybe be relevant information to share, because I feel like that would reduce my
Is
stats on
executed and
Christian.
dies.
Also, I could have easily been poisoned night 1 too.
Good night, everybody.
That was a disaster. Dwight, shut up. You don't even know what's going on. You're going to play like Claire. So annoying. Or he's bad too. That's also possible, and that's super annoying.
So one of Christian, Emily, Caroline, evil. Could be 2, and I could be drunk, or someone else could be the drunk, right? That's very possible. Emily keeps offering herself up to die. I socially believe Emily is good. I missed to vote on Claire too. I should have written that down. Because Claire could very easily be demon. And I could be marionette. Which, if I'm marionette, I'm playing for Claire. So, oh my god. And I asked not to know about marionette too. So, I'm playing blind. Oh, also, Omer, I'm glad you're dead. And I do it again. Even if I'm wrong, I'm glad I got you. Haha.
I think I'm honestly a little suspicious of Dwight here. I mean, Dwight's the investigator. And Claire was half claiming Undertaker to me. Wouldn't Claire say, hey, a first night roll like the Undertaker would be good to get rid of? Dwight and Claire clearly got stuff going on.
Okay, day 2 went better than day 1. Dwight's misinformation, I assume he is the drunk. Dwight's misinformation as the drunk is really adding credibility to our claims, taking information or suspicion away from Claire and myself, putting it elsewhere onto the board. And more beneficially, with Fishbach being in the marionette ping, then I do think it is interesting that he is sitting next to Christian, who is the saint. So as long as the saint is alive, hopefully if they want to execute an outsider, they will be executing Christian instead of me, which would mean that we'd win the game.
Gabby dying at night suggests that she is not the marionette. So if we believe Dwight's ping, I do think there's a world where I'm the marionette and I'm specifically Christian's marionette. And my info corroborating Omer is information that that puts sus on Omer. So that he looks like the imp that way, and I look super suspicious. Christian with the Saint bluff, was out of the gate. So, I haven't talked to Christian all game. I need to know if I'm his marionette. There's also a world where Dwight is the marionette, and his false information, which puts suspicion on me, and therefore Omer, who my information corroborates, Gabby the empath, and potentially Marion the mayor. Maybe Claire is the imp after all. I think that's not impossible.
Millie, are you sad that we died? I'm so sad. Look who you did this to. How could you kill these empaths?
Yeah, what a day. So much to take in. Ultimately, it looked a little bleak at some points for the bad team, but then ultimately Omer gets murdered. So this thing is a very fluid situation.
Yeah, I mean, I think people pushing on Claire are doing it almost entirely because of vibes, whereas the actual information is pointing elsewhere, which is why Claire got nominated. She's got nominated both days, but has escaped execution both times because there have been bigger priorities. But it's only if Sam survives, it's only a matter of time before he gets all of the information. So Claire really needs to kill Sam, and Marianne really needs to protect Sam.
Dang! I'm such a bad monk. Narrowed it down to 2 and chose the wrong one. Womp womp. Okay.
Well, hey, this is a redemption arc opportunity for you, Marianne.
I don't think I'm gonna redeem myself. I was thinking. I narrowed it down to 2 again, so I was thinking between Emily and Sam, and this time I went with my heart, so I'm gonna go with my head. And I'm gonna go with Sam. And I swear, if Emily dies, I'm actually just gonna kill myself. Because what's the point of me being alive?
Well, that was the right choice.
She made the right choice that time. Yeah, we'll see.
Promising.
It is promising. Let's see what Claire does.
Hey, Claire.
Okay.
How you feeling?
You know, I feel better. I feel better than I was feeling last night, for sure. We have Dwight acting as like a pseudo marionette, so that's really fun. Thank you for putting in the marionette, aka the drunk here for me. It's very appreciated.
Do you intend to tell Dwight that he is your marionette?
I have already heavily implied it the first night, or the first day, my first conversation with him. I pretty heavily implied, but didn't say anything outright. So I think he is under the assumption that his information is true, or he's my marionette. And I am going to let him keep thinking that as we move forward. That is my plan.
Fantastic. Well, who would you like to attack tonight?
Okay, this is very hard because I don't have info on Marianne, and I'm pretty sure she's our information gathering role, but I still want to keep Dwight's worlds alive, and so I think I have to kill Sam here, even though I think he's probably not anything super important. Maybe he is. Maybe he's fortune teller. I don't know. So I'm going to kill Sam.
Okay.
Wow.
All right.
So Marianne's gonna be so happy.
She'll be so happy she came through.
She won't know. She won't know yet, but she'll be very happy when she finds out.
Well, the fruit of Marianne's labor means that we now get to have a conversation with Sam.
Hey, Sam.
Still alive, Sam.
Yes.
Still alive, still peering into that crystal ball. Who do you want to look at?
Oh, that's a very good question, Ben. I am all over the place right now because I'm very worried my information is now incorrect information. I'm having a hard time with the Emily thing, with the recluse. Steven and Dwight are seemingly coming at each other. So I'm trying to figure out if I should operate under the world that my information is correct or under the information that my information is wrong. If I'm going to assume that the information I've been told is right, that means Emily is telling the truth. It also means Omer is telling the truth and is likely the Raven Keeper. That probably implies Steven as the washerwoman as well. I can't really explain Caroline's behavior all that much. However, I think I'm going to try and get, in my opinion, one of the more experienced players on the game confirmed on my side. So I will check Dwight and myself.
Dwight and yourself, and you learn that, yes, one of them is the demon.
Okay, this is Dwight's cooking, or I'm just very, very, very drunk, and we'll have to figure it out. Who knows?
It's actually neither of those. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's he happens to be your red herring.
Didn't consider that as a possibility.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh well.
All right. Ready for day 3?
Yep, let's do it. So, you awake to the town square filled with strangely human-sized mannequins lying everywhere. And as you wander amongst them, you look around. Do you recognize some of these? Is one of them perhaps a neighbor of yours? No. They're all just mannequins, because nobody died in the night.
Oh. Okay.
Am I your marionette? No.
Now would be the time to tell me, because I'm starting. Are you
I'm not.
really?
Are you? I'm assuming I'm not your marionette. That's actually I asked for rule clarification if there's a way that the Saint could be the marionette, and they can. Am I your marionette?
No.
No.
I see blue. So here's the. I think there's a world where Dwight might be the marionette with an investigator ping.
Yep.
I'm just gonna come out and say that Claire claimed soldier to me.
Yeah, she claimed soldier to Omer as well, and I talked to her second on the first date. She gave me a 3 for 3, none of which were soldier.
So the no death. I mean, she told me she lied too, to be fair. The no death thing corroborates the soldier, but we've been down that road before with Owen the monk's claim.
Well,
I think we should kill Claire today.
I've heard of a monk claim. I've heard of a monk claim out there.
Oh, really?
As well. Yes, I have.
Who is it? Sam? He's the only person I don't have any claim.
No, I didn't hear it from Sam. That narrows it down for you. I'm not. I told them I would not give it up, but if it comes to that, I absolutely will.
Is it Marianne?
Yes, it's Marianne.
Okay. Well, that's interesting. She claims something.
Look how good of a secret keeper I am.
Where are you suspicious?
I mean, Dwight thinks it's me.
Well, I think Dwight is pushing this world where I'm the marionette, which is like that's based on his investigator being, but he could be the marionette.
Yeah.
And then he's Claire or Marianne's. Yeah. I think Claire's not a bad girl.
I'm not against it either.
What's going on, Marianne? We haven't talked at all.
I know. It's because people. You want to know why we didn't talk? It's because of Dwight. Because Dwight told me that he was the empath with 1. So
yes,
then I'm like,
yes. He also told me that.
So
and I was
like,
okay, so it's Marianne.
Yeah, exactly. Right?
Yeah.
And then after Gabby's
100%.
like, I'm the empath. And I'm like, well, Dwight's claiming the empath. And then she's like, this was the plan. I'm like, do you understand how much information that brought? So so that's the only, which is also why I voted for you night 1.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh wait,
Makes
there's
sense,
a nomination.
makes sense.
I'm just
Yeah.
I'm just giving all the information
Totally
that I have.
fair.
I do believe Christian is Saint. I do believe Fishback is Washerwoman. I do believe. Oh yeah, but then the Dwight.
Wait, Marianne, that points at you then.
Wait, it's not me. Wait, then I
But
might be.
if you believe, because right now my world is like Christian's demon, and we just wait till 3 to kill him, or you're the demon.
Okay, then in defense, can you tell me? Because I might be then fleeced by Christian, because then I trust him.
Yeah. I feel very happy right now. I will tell you what I am, because I think my role is kind of spent now a little bit, not literally, but with no kills.
Mm-hmm.
I am the soldier.
Okay. So
I think I was targeted last night and I didn't die.
Okay. That's good information to have, because it actually changes my story, because I'm the monk and I protected Sam.
Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay, so they could have tried to go for
either
me or Sam last night.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Who have you told that you're the soldier?
Well, I have told Fishback. He kind of caught me in the 1-for-1.
Yeah.
And I have told Dwight, and I lied to Christian. I didn't tell Sam.
Okay.
I have been bluffing everything else. I've been trying to say I'm a powerful role to attract heat.
Okay, so that actually makes it so if you believe Christian is evil, and you told Fishback and you think Fishback is evil as well, that means that it was Sam that was protected. Because then if Christian is the imp, he would have known not to attack you.
Yeah. But I don't know if Fishback knows that he's actually Marionette.
Okay, so then why don't we kill Fishback tonight? Just to close off the possibility that he is Marionette.
I think that's the move.
And I think also the move as well, too, just in case Christian is saying the truth on Saints, to kill him at 3.
Gabby,
Sam, are you the mayor?
Yes, Gabby, real quick. You're the I didn't hear your info. You're empath 0 or 1?
Empath 1 on the first night.
Okay. I think that checks out with potentially Caroline, Minion.
I think that's Caroline. Yeah.
Yeah. That
okay,
tracks.
that's very helpful. Okay. So wait, Dwight, you got though Gabby or Fishback as
a marionette.
As the marionette.
Correct.
Well, this is awkward, Gabby.
Well, Gabby died.
It's not me.
Gabby died.
Well,
Gabby died in the night.
But who is he marionetting for? Christian lying as an outsider, and then but we don't have another outsider claim.
It's several worlds. So it's either Gabby could be marionette to specifically Marianne, and that was a Marianne play. Respect if she did that. But I find it unlikely. Or Fishback's marionette to either Omer, who has a Scarlet Woman somewhere, or Christian, and there's a drunk.
I think we have a problem because of the situation. So if Dwight, do you think this was a monk, by the way, or did they sink a kill for? Is anyone claiming monk?
I haven't talked to a lot of people, to be honest with you. I have not met anybody who's claiming monk.
I have a feeling.
So this could be a soldier kill, or soldier hit.
But if it's soldier, does it bounce on someone else or no?
Oh, does it? I know it bounces if it's mayor. Soldier says you're safe from the demon.
Okay. Claire was allegedly claiming soldier, but I don't know.
Sam, who?
This is Claire. So what's interesting is Claire got a lot of heat.
That adds a lot of sus to me.
I feel like there's a possibility they sunk a kill to verify Claire's claim.
I think so too.
So I think there's a world...
Steven, can I... All right, hang on. Sorry, I'm going to do something here. I've been gathering info, a lot of info. I've made social reads. I'm inclined to trust you, okay?
Yeah.
But I'm only telling you this information. Nobody else knows anything about my true role. I've kept it to my vest the entire game. I am the fortune teller.
Okay.
I have been trying to stay alive. I got a no on Omer and Emily, night one. I was confused about that because Emily could have pinged as the recluse. However, I do think that would have been an easily verifiable recluse for Ben and Jams, which wouldn't have made a ton of sense for Ben and Jams to do, is like, I can verify a recluse in a Baron game. I think it makes sense that they could give me a no. I got a yes on you and Dwight in round 2, and then I checked Dwight against myself last game and also got a yes. So I believe Dwight is the demon,
and could
Mary
be a red herring, but I think Dwight is not a bad kill here. The investigator bluff puts a lot of sus in other places on the board. I actually thought it was going to be Claire was the. I was going to make a case that Claire's the imp, but you certainly have pretty compelling info.
I mean, I don't know anything about Claire at all. I've heard a bunch of different roles for her, and I know Omer doesn't trust her. What have you heard about her?
I don't want to share what I. Well, okay. I mean.
She came up. The only reason for Claire that I heard was that she popped on Omer's original fake fortune teller ping. I'm gonna let Omer.
No, but the only thing is, like, I thought there was a world where Dwight was Marionette, but you're saying.
Sam, why did you vote for me? That was so dumb.
Well,
because Omer,
I thought I was
Omer, I'm the fortune teller, and you claimed fortune teller to me.
Okay, so fair enough. I was lying so I didn't get killed overnight. I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah. I understand why you lied now. I think the Ravenkeeper makes a ton of sense.
I think that this was a sunken kill to protect somebody who's claiming monk or
soldier.
Who's claiming soldier?
I do not trust Marianne. Marianne told me she had good information. If she's the monk, that doesn't make any sense. But she is next. If Dwight's information is true, then it very well could be her.
I've gotten 2 now demon pings on Dwight. 1 Dwight and Steven, 1 Dwight against myself. So he's either my red herring or he's the imp.
Yeah. I mean, I can see.
Well, then either way, it makes sense. What's interesting is you getting a no. Can I share that on
so Omer, I got a no on you and Emily, and Emily's claiming recluse, which I was kind of worried about, but I do think it could make sense for Ben and Jams to give me no on Emily. That way, I can't verify a recluse night 1 or day 1.
You could be Claire's Marionette, though. I mean, there's that world too.
I mean, yeah, she hasn't told me that, but I guess for you guys that makes sense.
But she wouldn't do that. I think Claire and Dwight are the 2 best kills here, but I also so is Marianne.
I mean, all of them are fine.
What is Marianne claiming? I mean, I haven't heard anything about Marianne.
Hello, Caroline.
Yay!
Oh no.
Okay, Caroline, let's go talk somewhere else.
Remember how Fishback like, oh, I'm so sorry, people aren't letting you into the chat.
Yeah, but I also want to win the game. I think that I might be good.
Haven't talked to you all game.
Yeah, I know. My good friend, it's good to see you. I got pulled into lots of conversations, but yeah.
I know. Are you trusting Steven?
I don't know if I trust Steven, but like he's coming across like normal, like as a not evil normal, but that's it. That's all I'll say. I mean, I think that the trying to throw it onto Emily was a little weird, but also kind of makes sense if you think that it's useless to get rid of the Ravenkeeper. That makes sense on the board. What do you think of Steven?
I'm suspicious of Steven because of what Dwight said, because Dwight said he got Marionette off of me and Steven, and I obviously know I'm not. Well, I really don't think I'm Marionette.
Well, and I don't know why Dwight and Claire are so buddy on things.
I think I know what you're claiming.
Okay, what am I claiming?
Monk.
Who are you hearing that from?
I literally just heard that for the first time from Omer.
That's very interesting. I don't know where he got that from.
Okay.
Because I have.
If you did claim monk, theoretically, who did you protect last night? Because they should be
Me?
Unless this is backing up a bluff, which, by the way, Omer thinks that is.
So Omer thinks that I'm evil and I'm bluffing.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Not necessarily. I think there's other claims on the board that could potentially have led to this outcome.
Okay.
Or it could have actually been a save. I don't know. But
Okay.
They're sus. I'm just putting it out there. They're sus.
Okay, no worries. I protected Claire.
Okay. Why would they have killed Claire, though? Because Claire has sus on her.
I have no clue. So.
Okay. Well, that makes me think that either Claire is evil and
Okay.
sunk a kill, or Claire is confirmed good.
Okay.
Because I think she, and I could be wrong, I haven't talked to her at all. I think she is claiming soldier.
You see, okay, because you see, for me,
not
what makes
positive. I
me,
heard that
what
secondhand.
makes the reason why I was sus on Claire is because Dwight effed it up for everyone. No, actually, I talked to Claire about it because
Okay.
Dwight said to me and Claire that he was the empath and he got one. But he was covering for Gabby, and he told
why
no
would he
one.
say? Why would he say
So
one
I'm
then? Why
spending
did he say
the whole-
zero?
I'm spending the whole day
Okay, that's
thinking
annoying.
that Claire is evil. So then I'm talking to her. So like I don't. So I'm. But
And you're like, I'm gonna tell you jack shit.
Yes. So I don't think Claire is bad. But like this is like I'm okay with her.
I think she still could be if she's sunk a
Okay.
kill, but I think it's
Okay.
less likely now than it was yesterday.
Okay.
Do you know anything about Marianne? I haven't got to talk to her yet.
I do know something about Marianne. She not told you what she is?
No, because I haven't got in a conversation with her yet.
I do know what she is, and I imagine she might go be public about it today. I'm not sure.
Can you tell me? Because I kind of need that to start building worlds around.
Start building worlds? I mean, I kind of told her I wouldn't, but like it should come out, I think, pretty soon. Is there a reason I have to tell you in private?
Because I need to know today so I can start thinking about it. Because
you have tonight. You have tonight as well. To be clear.
I need to know. Oh my god, y'all. Okay.
Why?
'Cause
Why?
My elder world is
tell me what
going.
you're
My
thinking.
elder
I've been
world is
out in the
going after
open.
you. My
I
elder
thought
world is
you
going
might be
after.
slight-
My elder world is going after you. So that's why.
Your other world's going after me. Under what world does that make sense? Tell me.
The
explain
marionette is
What's
next to you, supposedly.
Dwight, you could be the marionette here. You could be the imp, but you also could be the marionette with
I very well could be. Yes, I thought about that.
Yeah, and that would make Claire or Marianne the imp.
Correct.
I berated Christian. I said, Christian, am I your marionette? Because you got to tell me now. And he said no.
Does anyone want to explain why there was no death last night and lie to us?
I have reasons there could have happened. Like no reason that could have happened.
That's not an explanation.
Monk or
Let's hear
soul?
'em.
I've heard claims of both a monk and a soldier.
Same.
Yeah.
There's a
It
monk
seemed
as
unlikely
well.
that there would be a raven keeper, a monk, and a soldier in the same.
Yes.
I mean, that's not to matter the storytellers, but
Okay, so
Yeah.
is there any new info out there about solving who is evil? Because if the claims I have are all out there, there is nothing else, and now it's just social reads, which
Yeah.
is terrifying.
yeah. I think if the death last night was because of a soldier, then that person is not going to get targeted again, and it might make sense to kill them in town square.
Does anyone want to claim that?
If yeah.
I will claim this. I am soldier.
If that
Does
is the
the
case,
imp
though,
want to claim the death of
I
the
am
soldier?
soldier.
Anyone? Imp?
I have heard claims.
And now imps speak up. Now who did you target?
Does the monk
I have
want to
heard
speak
claims.
up?
I have heard claims of a monk, and the monk claimed to have protected Claire last night.
Oh, this
And-
is
and-
so.
Okay, so that
I
doubles.
think, and
okay.
do you think that was kind of just that was information to cover up Claire's identity?
Yes,
maybe?
1,000%.
I have no idea.
But
Yeah.
so then
I
that's
think
like
so.
either. I mean, it could be a sunk kill, right? We certainly saw that last game.
I mean, Dwight, I'm not. This is not a hard accusation, Dwight, but it puts you right in the middle of Claire and Marianne, and one of them could actually be good, and you're just and you're like telling them you're both your marionette, and they're covering for each other.
But I've also
What
heard
if-
a lot of suspicion on Dwight. Yes, and like maybe like that's
From
where
who?
I think Dwight is actually not a bad kill here.
No, feedback from who?
I don't want to share that information.
So
But
is you're making it up?
no, it's not from me. It's not just from like myself, but like you are
Okay.
a first night info roll. I've heard of a lot of suspicion on you, and I think that you would be a good kill here.
Is it anything mechanical, or is it just because I'm Dwight? Genuine question.
It's mechanical.
Why can't it be both?
Okay, so if I'm looking at if I'm looking at the Grim correctly, there's no one else here who gets recurring info, and that would point towards me being good or
Well,
bad.
then my guess is you're not looking at the Grim correctly.
Oh, so I don't have someone's live on their claim then.
Any
you don't have
nominations?
all the information.
I am going to nominate Dwight. In the best case scenario, Dwight is a spent in, an investigator. There's also a world where he's a marionette, which again, like, not kind of a waste of a kill. But I've heard good info, mechanical info, that Dwight could be the imp. And so I think we should let's at least get enough to put him on the block, and then we can continue the conversation.
Dwight?
I haven't heard this info. I think it's bullshit, but if you want to vote for me, go for it.
Also, Marianne, why don't you just tell everybody you're the monk?
I don't know why you're saying random information like that.
I think I prefer to kill Fishback here.
Why is nobody voting?
I actually was waiting for more votes to come on. I'm surprised too.
Why is nobody voting for that?
I'm dead.
I didn't want to waste a dead vote. Emily.
Steven, I think that
you're so off base.
I think that mystery sus on Dwight is less of a reason to kill Dwight than a soldier/monk situation that we probably need to clear up.
Yes, that's fine.
Yeah,
we have either Claire or Marianne.
There's nothing to clear up. We need to clear up the soldier/monk record. The soldier. To what? Get rid of someone who would be in Final 3?
Well, yeah, because there's no way that if she is the soldier, there's no way she can die. There's a ton of sus on her. Yeah. And so, like, let's clear it up now.
I mean, we have 3 more executions, right? We have 2 before the final 3 days.
We gained an extra execution from this. Yes, we want to waste the extra execution
I don't
on
think
the person who triggered it.
I don't think we should wait.
To me, that sounds like a team that doesn't have a poisoner needing to get rid of the soldier.
Dwight,
that's what that
I
means
think
to me.
There's a ton of... Okay, go ahead.
I think the worlds we have to rule out are maybe Dwight. Yeah, Dwight and Marianne could be a pair of some sort. Dwight could be the imp. Marianne could be the Mariannette.
Claire could be my demon as well. Claire could be demon.
Or Steven, right? Because Dwight's info is pointing at Steven of being some sort of involved in evil somehow with the Marionette, because Dwight said it was either me or Steven. I'm the empath, so.
But then I'm a wasted kill.
I feel like
don't kill me.
Yeah, I feel like it's a waste to kill
me.
Claire. I would have voted. Honestly, I'm sorry, Dwight. I've trusted you this whole game, but I think mechanically it probably did make the most sense to vote out Dwight there, just to rule out. Now it's going to always be a suspicion.
But Claire can't die.
Claire makes sense.
Someone has to nominate Claire. At least
I would like to make I have a question for Claire relative to a nomination. So at the beginning of day 2, Claire, you immediately had a conversation with Caroline. How would that go?
I was trying to suss out what she was. She just claimed Baron and was weird. No one else was here. Everyone else went out into rooms, so I talked to her.
That was nice.
You mean Butler?
Butler.
Can I say something in favor of, or refer to what Emily was saying? Emily was saying Fishback might be a better kill than Dwight. I couldn't disagree more, because if there is a world in which that Fishback is the marionette, like Gabby and Fishy said, it is a wasted kill. If that's true, we should be looking at Christian, not Fishy, and it's too risky to kill Christian. I don't think socially he reads as bad. Claire has given a role that is very easy to bluff, and also they could have sunk the kill super easily. Marianne is claiming a role that, again, the monk
I
could
have
be
not
backed
claimed
up.
anything to you. You are
Okay.
claiming for me, Omar.
Okay.
You are literally claiming for me.
Monk.
Look me in the eyes and tell me and don't even lie that I said something to you. Did I ever claim a role to you? Did I ever?
You said you had a
I
very
did not
valuable
claim. Yes.
role, and that
So
your
I don't know.
information was good. What information do you have as monk? Regardless,
That's true. She
I
did
don't-
say that to me too.
I did.
Yeah, but
That's the only thing
regardless-
which I said. So now having this whole story, so don't you go and add me to your little fake story just because you were sus and you got yourself killed.
I'm not hearing any nominations here.
Someone's got to nominate.
I'll nominate
Claire.
Claire. I'll nominate
I
Claire.
would like to nominate.
Okay, I think Sam was in there nominating Claire. Tell us why, Sam.
All the reasons that have been discussed. Just have to get to the bottom of the situation with the soldier. Possible Freudian slip on the Baron thing. So.
And if I'm not mistaken, there's a fortune teller bad ping on Claire, right? What?
Claire.
Or is that bad info?
No, that's
I don't
bad
know.
info.
No. Maybe. Okay, sorry.
That's bad
I thought I
info.
heard that.
I was covering as fortune teller. I had to lie about something so that I would get killed as Raven.
Okay, Claire, your response.
Okay. I have Caroline's token just down as Baron because that is what I think she is, obviously. If you guys want to kill me to kill this world, I think that's fine. I think Fishback is an evil character here, but I don't think that he's demon. I do think it's Christian. I think we're going to end up in a final 3 with Christian being there.
Can we have a marionette and a Baron?
You can. You have
Two minions.
There's one demon and 2 minions.
It's a 2-minion game.
Okay.
4 votes required.
I think that makes
I have
sense.
heard that to add to that. But
I think
I am fine to die here, though. Let's kill this world. Whatever.
I mean, your utility to town is spent, right? Like, no, they're not going to steal another killing.
Falls enough.
Yeah.
The utility
I think,
is if someone in
I
final
think
three
there's a
that we
lot
know
of
is
utility
good.
that is gone.
I'd like to
There's
nominate.
There's a lot of
like,
questions
you
about
have
the
no
mechanics of
utility
that.
also.
Marianne, who would you
Marianne's
like to nominate?
I would like to nominate Fishback. And
Tell us why.
Minion
okay,
panic.
so it's about 13% spite for Omer because I'm mad, but I genuinely do trust Claire, and I would like her to be there for votes to help me with the story. So if it's someone else rather than Claire, I'd like to throw that out. See it. It also closes up that little marionette story that we had with Dwight, so Dwight should be supporting if he's there. At least we can kill someone that we know is bad, give the imp and the other bad people less power because they'll have less people on the board.
So you're trying to waste a kill on a marionette.
It's not waste. I don't think Claire is the imp, so therefore it's not a waste. Because why are we saying that a soldier is not a wasted kill when we could literally get someone bad who we have sus? I disagree with your.
So
with
why
your
not
strategy.
go for Christian if you really believe this world?
Because I think Christian is the saint. So
Well,
why am I
that's
going to kill the
impossible for
saint?
Fishback to be then the
All
info
right.
you're saying is
This
true,
isn't
is
a
not true.
nomination on Christian or on Marianne's opinion. It is a nomination on Fishback, the person.
I get to make my defense?
So, Fishback, your
yeah.
response.
I think, I mean, this honestly reads a little bit like Minion Panic to me, but I think that even in the world where you believe I'm bad, the negative info is that I am a marionette, and therefore it is like 100% a wasted kill. There is a world where Claire is the imp. Like, we have some like reason to suspect that. There's no world that you guys are building where I am the imp. So I think that would be...
Can I add pertinent to this?
Can I say something?
This
I've been
statement
voted.
of marionette as a wasted kill, it's a script with an imp. The imp can always star pass to a marionette. So like, this is just
well, but
faulty logic
but it's
for
either Omer, right, who is dead and who was killed at day, or it's Christian. So if Christian dies at night, I think then maybe I'm a good
Or
kill.
there's a Scarlet Woman elsewhere,
Can I-
pass from imp to Scarlet Woman, and Scarlet Woman.
Can I present another possible world here? Just it's a little bit more outlandish, but it would be the world where you are correct, Stephen, and this is Minion Panic for Marianne, who is actually the Baron. Caroline could be the spy. Which is why she pings good for Gabby on an Empath 1, and why she would have known to hard claim against you as a washerwoman
That's
to
pretty good.
create suspicion on you as a marionette.
Yeah, that's actually very
valid.
good.
Okay.
Also-
This is all good. I'm going to
Do we,
run the
do we
vote.
want to kill? Do we want to kill
five-
Marianne
Who's
then
Dwight?
instead?
Who's Dwight in that world?
Yeah, but I can't figure out I can't be the drunk, I can't be the marionette in that world. That's what I'm having trouble reconciling all of this.
Emily, there's a reason I don't think we should
I
kill
think
Marianne
killing someone
first.
who's bad is always going to be good. I think it's kind of crazy
not
that
enough.
we're saying like
I-
killing someone we think is bad does not make sense. That
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
I
doesn't
agree
make
with
any
that.
sense.
one.
Any other
let's
nominations?
not forget the sunk kill world, by the way. Let's not
Yeah,
forget about that
nominate-
world.
that's
Sam.
true.
It's for discussion time.
Dwight,
Well,
tell us why I've nominated Sam.
I'm just trying to figure out if I could be like, so if I'm the marionette, right? Then I would have to be evil with what? Caroline and Claire, theoretically? And I
Or
can't build that
Marianne.
world with my info.
I don't think
Well,
this is about why Sam is evil and should die, so...
Well, that's what I'm getting there, Ben.
okay,
Please.
go on then.
In the world I'm not marionette, then it could be like Omer, Demon, Sam, Scarlet Woman, Fishback, Marionette. That's a possibility. Given Sam's claim to me, because it's a very valid Scarlet Woman claim, which Sam gave. So this is like, I don't know. I'm trying to hit an evil player. I have to believe Claire at this moment, given I don't think I can be Marionette or the Drunk. So this is my only other option left. But like I said, I could be Marionette to Claire. Claire could be evil. I'm just have wrong info. I got poisoned somehow. I could be poisoned. That's a very valid word too. But I have to go with the info I have right now.
Sam.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it's a valid flag to raise. I just think it's probably one of the more far-fetched situations on the board where I'm claiming that as a Scarlet Woman and Omer is star passing to me in that scenario, I guess.
Or I guess we executed.
Yeah, but
we
that's
executed him?
impossible because why is there two outsiders then? That doesn't make sense.
That's true too.
Yeah,
This sounds like Minion Panic to me.
So much
what's
Minion
another
Panic.
weird nomination?
I don't know if I'm Marionette or not. That's the thing.
Yeah, I was having those feelings last time, Dwight. I was like, am I the marionette?
But I can't make a world where I am. That's why I have to play as if Claire is good. And
Zero's
in that
not
case, it's
enough.
a wasted kill on a soldier who evil can't get rid of. That's my
You've
world.
had-
It sounds like evil.
2 nominations and haven't got anywhere near a 5. So I'm going to say the day ends unless I hear any more in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Claire's executed and dies. Everybody goes to sleep.
Oh.
Okay, this is fantastic. I'm now going to play it to Dwight. Like, I was just kind of having fun that he was never my marionette. I think Emily's flying so under the radar. That's fantastic. I hope Emily can pull this through for us. I feel so good.
Claire just died, which means it's game on now for me as a Scarlet Woman. I am in a really bad position now, though, because there really isn't a good kill for me on the board. And if I kill Sam, who I'm pretty sure is the mayor, it could ping off onto somebody else.
If I'm the drunk, Christian or Emily's lying, and Christian could be lying, I get bad info. Why would I get bad info about a marionette next to a saint if I'm the drunk? That doesn't make sense. Sam could be the drunk mayor. Mayor could be drunk monk. Okay, no. So I think I have to be sober. There's like no good info outside of Gabby's empath. Like there's nothing here. Was I the strongest info in this town, and that's why I was given this? I could be the only info in town, and that's just straight up telling me who the demon is, and it's one of those 4 people, right? Like that is it just that simple?
I'm really at a loss. Like, I think it could be Christian. I kind of think it could be Dwight with this. I mean, maybe there's a Scarlet Woman. I have no idea. I mean, Dwight is the only. I mean, Christian could be pulling the wool. It could be Emily. It could be Marianne. Literally anyone left on the board.
Is there a world where Dwight's just the demon telling both of his people next to him he's a marionette?
What are the odds Dwight is my red herring? There's a non-zero chance. We will see if I die tonight. Marianne could be Dwight's marionette. Dwight is the imp. Marianne is the marionette. And then Caroline as the Baron. I think that makes all the sense in the world. And that is truly a potentially sunken kill on Claire to either throw sus on her or to confirm Marianne as a monk. Because here's the deal. Marianne should die right now. Marianne is publicly the monk to people, and now she's sort of walking back that claim. She should die.
What an interesting turn of events. This little trio, this triad of Claire, Dwight, Marianne being so, I don't know, they're so suspicious that it seems like, how could they possibly be that suspicious? What if Emily Flippin is lying to me? Emily motherfucking Flippin masterminded this whole thing as a recluse? Is it possible? If Emily motherfucking Flippin is the imp, I'm never playing this game again. Ever.
And then there was one.
Yeah, that was a very eventful day in a lot of ways. We had our demon who ends up being murdered and or executed by the town. So now we will have Emily as our imp. The thing that I thought is really fascinating is Marianne seems very convinced that Claire is good when nobody died in the night and Marianne saved Sam. And she seems very sold on maybe the story that Claire is the soldier and can't be killed.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair to Claire, she's done everything right. She picked a bluff, stuck with it, and acted like that character. And it's like, yeah, I don't care if I die, I'm just a soldier. And I think it's bought her a lot of goodwill, because there are a lot of people around her who are flailing their arms around and screaming like a bunch of crazy street preachers, and Claire's kind of an oasis of calm in the middle of that, and it's just all of the attention is being drawn elsewhere. People are accusing people of minion panic and of making things up and who's the marionette and this, that and the other, and Claire's just kind of cruising on in the background, knowing that if she does die, it's not the end of the world.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Evil's in a really good position right now, especially because most of the players who sort of panicked over Claire are other good players. So you had Dwight kind of clearly very nervous that he was the marionette. You have Marianne, who just genuinely thinks Claire is good. And then you have Emily, who's actually on Claire's team, but voted on Claire and really, I think, is just completely committed to this recluse bluff, which is also fantastic because if Sam goes back to check Emily again, he's going to get another reading of, yes, this is the demon this time, and that's going to be really useful, I think, because it'll just line up with what she's claiming. She'll be like, yeah, that's correct, this makes sense. So I think Evil's actually in a good spot in spite of the fact that Emily's the only evil player alive.
Okay,
yeah,
so
absolutely.
Let's see if Marianne can get 2 in a row here.
I hadn't stopped my stipulation. My head is discombobulated. I'm happy that I'm alive. I'm pissed at Omer, but that's common. This is what I get for saving him. And I'm trying to stall for time to pick someone, but I know I have to. So I'm trying to think. Let me say that Christian is evil and he's been marinating me. If he doesn't kill me, he's going to want to make me trust him. There's this rumor about Fishback being the marionette. So can he kill his marionette to make him trust? Or Dwight? So then, if Fishback is the marionette, I think I save Fishback to kill Fishback. So if it makes sense in my mind. So Fishback.
Okay, Fishback it is. Thank you.
Oh my god, I made a mistake. But Christian, I'm trying to out Christian. And if he kills me, thank God. Whew.
Save Fishback to kill Fishback.
Yeah.
Who can say what it means?
Yeah, I'm sure it made sense to Marianne. And who knows, maybe some of the viewers understood it as well.
Okay. All right.
I think loosely it maybe sounds like she was hoping that if Christian's the demon, I think this is what she was saying. If Christian's the demon, then he might kill the marionette to make himself look more good because, I wouldn't kill my marionette in the night, so I must just be good. And so I think she's saying if I save Fishback and Christian does that, if in the world where Christian's the demon, then, you know what? There's no kill in the night. I think that's what she's going for.
Yeah.
But it took me a second to get there.
Yeah, and it's pretty smart, to be honest, because it is absolutely something that a demon might do. Especially if they want their marionette to keep thinking they're a good character, because if the marionette stays alive too long and keeps getting information and stuff, they will eventually figure it out. Of course, Fishback won't get any more info because he's Washerwoman. But that's neither here nor there. Let's get Emily in, because this will be hilarious if she tries to kill Fishback.
Emily, you got a promotion.
Yay! It's just what I wanted.
How are you feeling, Emily?
Not great. To be honest, I feel like my hands are a little bit tied in this scenario. And I feel like the recluse is an easy vote out before we get down to final 3. So I do worry that there could be a consensus to come onto me today. So I'm going to have to make a really good case for somebody else.
Yeah. I mean, I think at this point in the game, it's always a reasonable argument to say, I'm good and I don't want to die because we're at a point where we might get outnumbered by evil players. And no one can really argue against that because it is completely mathematically sound.
Well, mathematically sound depending on who I choose to kill tonight. And that is part of the big problem that I'm having here, because the worlds that have been built are either a Fishback, Christian team where Fishback is a marionette, Christian is the demon, and then Caroline was their minion who was trying to take it off of the marionette. And I could see a world where that sells. Alternatively, we could have a situation where Marianne was the, imp to begin with, and there's a marionette on either side of her, potentially Dwight, which is, I don't know, his information trying to make sense in that world may be a little bit more challenging. But I'm pretty sure Sam is the mayor. I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure. He'd be the easier kill because he's probably the least suspicious out of everybody. But if he really is the mayor, it could ping off onto anybody else in the group, which would then potentially kill somebody who I don't necessarily want to kill, like Christian. So I'm nervous. I don't feel like there's a great choice for me in this moment.
Nevertheless.
Well, which of these not great choices do you think you're going to go with, Emily?
Yeah, I'm debating. I could kill Marianne and make it look a little bit like a star pass, potentially a star pass to someone like Dwight. And then push on to Dwight. Alternatively, I could kill Fishback and still try to sell the world where Christian, Fishback, and Caroline are working together. My only issue with that is that Fishback has basically confirmed Omer, and Omer is 100% confident that Fishback is telling the truth because his information confirmed his role to him. So I'm a little bit worried that if I try to really hard sell the world where Christian and Fishback are evil together, Omer will be very skeptical of that. But I don't know if killing him is the right answer either. So, I don't know. You have any tips? I know you can't tell me.
My advice to you is don't overthink it, but it's a little late for that, I think, based on the novella that you've just read to us. So.
Overthinking is my specialty, so I'm gonna kill Sam and just hope for the best.
She made a good pick.
Yeah, right choice, wrong reasons.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so we don't have to wake up Sam now because he's not going to get the information.
That's right.
And that's
we don't
fantastic.
have to wake anyone up.
I think of all of the living players, Sam had the most social trust of everyone. I don't think anyone thought that Sam was evil, and at this point in the game, getting rid of the people that everyone thinks is good is one of the best things you can do as the demon. So that's a great kill by
She did a
Emily.
great job.
Good morning, citizens of Ravenswood Bluff. Did you think that yesterday, when you awoke to naught but a bunch of creepy mannequins, that was going to be the way things were going to be in this town from now on? Because if you did, you were wrong. The killing has begun again, and sadly, Sam is no longer with us.
Am I your marionette? Straight up.
No.
Okay.
Am I yours?
Okay. No.
No.
Okay. So, people have just said you're the monk. Is that true? I'm assuming that's the case at
Yes,
this point.
and I need to yell at Omer because I don't know how that leaked.
I think, Omer just outed it publicly. I think he has to be evil at this point, right?
I think we kill. I'm just like, I think we just need to kill Fishbach tonight because the thing is, if we have 5 people who we trust, we need to have, because if Christian is the imp and he's claiming saint and he's there at final 3, you need to have at least 2 people, one person who is good to nominate him at the end.
Exactly. I fully trust Emily as recluse at this point. I feel like if she's evil, masterclass. Great job.
Yeah.
So that's why I want Fishback dead, and then it'll be you, me, Christian, and Emily. And I think at that point,
I think they kill me.
I think you protect Emily.
Okay.
That Emily goes clear, and then they'll have to kill you, right?
Okay, I'm good with that.
I just wanted to double check that I'm not your marionette.
No.
Because now would be the time to tell me so I can
I
vote
know.
accordingly.
Am I the marionette?
Not my marionette. It might be Emily's marionette.
No, I'm really not. I'm the same.
I'm super sus of Marianne, actually.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. So here's the thing. I talked with her first thing. She told me she was monk immediately. Okay. So
why would you tell someone that?
Great question. Well, I did come out to her and tell her I was the saint immediately, so it's not crazy. On the first day, actually, did you talk to Caroline on the first day?
No.
Okay, I figure I have every conversation. I think for the first day, I didn't have that one. So she talked with Gabby. She talked with Dwight. It's possible. So why would she do that? Maybe I buy it. Also, why is she protecting the alleged soldier? Now, Dwight did press me. He's like, "What is Marianne? What is Marianne?" And I'm like, I didn't want to blow up her spot. And why would he be trying to press me for that information if he already knew it? Why would he focus on that?
Dwight is reading socially to me as good. I could be totally off about that, but
yeah, I mean, is it possible that Marianne's the demon? It could be just no marionette, but the thing is, that would mean that Dwight is drunk. I don't think there's a drunk because of the number of outsiders. Hopefully, I'm not Emily's marionette. I'd be terrified if that was the case. But the investigator, maybe he's the marionette.
I actually am really building a world in which Dwight is bad because the whole time I just immediately trusted Dwight because he said, "Oh, I got a ping off of you, who you're now dead, so I don't think it's you or Fishback." So obviously my mind was like, "Well, then it's Fishback."
Sam was fortune teller who got 2 demon pings off Dwight.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, Sam actually was fortune teller? There was a bluff going around, I guess, that he was mayor. No. Oh, we gotta get rid of Dwight because I was just thinking,
but
if anyone is smart enough as an evil player to, I won't say that Sam is fortune teller. If anyone is smart enough as an evil player to start building a world ahead of time and not just play passively, it's Dwight. So that would make sense to me that he would suddenly be like, "Oh, I got this ping off of you and Fishback," like that.
I think
that
people
is very
should know
Dwight.
Sam's fortune teller. What I was going to say is don't rule out Marianne as possibly being bad because the monk, the sinking
she could
of
be
the
marionette.
kill, yes, the sinking of the kill could have been Marianne or to protect Marianne or Claire. It's possible either one.
Yeah,
I'm the fortune teller.
Oh, okay, good.
I think it's Dwight. I think
and you think he's the.
So I'll give you my. I'm so. Have you heard anything about Marianne? That's my first question.
I know Marianne is claiming monk. That's all I know about Marianne.
I
know that she's claimed to protect Claire last night.
I heard a mayor. The monk thing weirds me out because here's the deal. What is the world where? How does Gabby get an empath 1 if Marianne is evil and Caroline is evil?
I mean, marionette or poisoned or drunk.
What do you mean, Gabby as the marionette, or she's
I guess
poisoned or drunk?
If Marianne,
but there makes it doesn't make sense for there to be.
I agree. I don't think
it doesn't make sense for there to be a poisoner.
Yeah, because there has to be a Baron.
And there can't be a drunk, but if you and Christian are both telling the truth.
Yes.
So here's the...
Which I think both of us lying at this point would be a little extreme.
So the simplest world for me is that Claire is the marionette of Dwight, who is the imp, and Caroline is the Baron. I went for Stephen and Dwight day 2, and I got a yes on Stephen and Dwight.
Oh my God,
and
okay.
Then I checked Dwight against myself on night 3, and I got a yes on Dwight and myself.
Okay, I think we have to kill Dwight here. I think you're right.
Hello, Claire.
Hello. Hello, demon.
So, are you seriously think I'm the demon?
I am seriously suspecting it, Christian.
Okay.
Like, I paint me another world, though.
One either I don't know why. I know you want to talk to Dwight. Want to talk to you in private. I will say Dwight is coming off reading as trying to solve the game. I will say that about him.
Yeah.
Based on the questions that he asked me. There's another world. Marianne is outed as the monk who claimed to protect you, who claimed to be the soldier. Okay. Right. Why would did that information not get back to her? That's weird. And she told me immediately she was the monk.
Marianne claimed to me that she actually protected someone else last night too.
Someone else last night, other than like this past night, other than Sam.
So like she didn't claim that she protected me. She told me initially that she had protected Sam.
Okay, I don't know anything about what Sam is, but I feel like I gotta have a conversation with Sam. But that's the world. Like I don't know what's going on with Marianne. It's possible she would be the demon in that world because she had a bluff immediately.
Yeah, she's the demon.
Or she's a spy or something and knew what she was gonna claim. So one of those two things. Yeah. Okay, that's why. Yeah. All right. Look, I came out immediately to everyone.
No, I think that's fair. You did.
Please 100%. Shoot me if I'm the Slayer. If you're a Slayer, shoot me.
Yes.
Because
you 100% said that. And I tried to come to you that I was like a powerful role because I would never trust a saint, and so I was trying to like fish for a kill.
You could have told me you were the Undertaker, and you very much lived. So anyway.
But then like I also did tell like Fishback that I was the soldier, and so like in my world he could have told you.
Here's the thing. Steven and I have been talking with each other, like, are we seriously not each other's marionettes? Because at this point, we should just tell each other, and even if we weren't, like, we would be like, hey, let's get it. If one of us was the demon, the other one should be telling us that they're on their side at this point.
Why are you such a freaking idiot? Who told you I was monk? What is, like, why are you being stupid and blowing up my spot?
Okay, the reason for that, I had a reason for that.
Tell me.
The reason for that was that there is enough suspicion on you because of the marionette information that Dwight provided, which I think might be a lie. But if you were truly monk, then you would hopefully get killed overnight. But if you weren't... I
think they're killing me tonight. I genuinely think they're killing me tonight.
Okay, well then...
I think Christian is imp, and I told him that I was monk night 1.
He's not.
Yes, then who's imp?
Dwight.
Okay, nominate Dwight. I'm gonna go and do Fishback with him. You make it work out, okay?
Okay, you're voting with Dwight. That's crazy.
Dwight comes across socially as trying to save the game, to solve the game, but he's pushing for me hard, a saint, like he was like at least in private.
I don't understand this whole bottom circle. Dwight wants to come in. I'm not gonna let him.
The other person is Marianne that I don't understand.
Marianne,
she claimed to be monk to me immediately at the beginning of the game.
I heard like a cross claim of Mayor, but how does Gabby get an empath 1 if Marianne's evil?
It means Caroline had to be spy.
Yeah, but then there's no Baron, and then you and Emily are both lying.
Yeah, well, she's a spy. No, but Marianne would be the demon, right, in that world.
Demon. But then she has a Mayor. So then she has.
Then there's a Baron somewhere else. She's the Baron. Marianne's the demon, and then
Baron
there's something else somewhere else.
Ultimately, I think everybody feels like if it's you, bravo, because I don't suspect you at all.
I think I'm probably going to be dead next round anyway, because if you think about, like,
I'm a better kill than you. I think I'm a better kill than you are.
I don't know. I think there's a world where you and Christian, like, somebody could sell the world where you and Christian are working together still.
Right, but then Christian would be the kill, because, like, I guess there's a world.
Actually, that's a good point.
I do think, like, I'm not totally out on you, but I'm, like, more in on Dwight and Marianne.
I think.
But Dwight really socially reads to me as good. I mean, like, Marianne, when she's, like, trying to create minion chaos, like, it's a little bit more explosive, like she could be an imp who's and also the monk thing, like for the monk not to die after basically being outed by Omer. This was my big regret from last game, was that Owen claimed monk, essentially, and didn't die, and we were like, it couldn't be Owen, like.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? I'm sorry, I just blanked. I think if Marianne is the imp, I think they sunk a kill to build up the credibility for the claim, and then she wasn't planning on Claire claiming soldier when she said, I protected Claire.
Right. Well, that's kind of my thought too, is like that she sunk a kill, but it's weird, like that to me just seems like someone messed up, because maybe they tried to kill Claire didn't die, and then she like claimed monk to like burnish her monk reputation. I mean, it's just like, it's a little messy.
I agree. But I think based off the conversation I had, Sam, the good kill today is Dwight. One of you or I is dead tomorrow, and then probably Marianne.
Welcome back. Nominations are open. Do feel free to keep chatting.
I'll start. So I was claiming mayor to everybody. I was not the mayor. I was the fortune teller. I have 3 nights of fortune teller info. Night 1, I checked Omer and Emily, and I got a no. I was concerned about the no ping on the recluse for a while. I do think Ben and Jams could have given me a no ping on the recluse just so I cannot confirm a recluse day 1 in a Baron game. Possibly. I think that's a world there. I checked Steven and Dwight day 2, and I got a yes on Steven and Dwight. And I checked Dwight against myself on night 3 and got a yes again. So
wait, so what was the last one that you did?
Dwight and myself and got a yes. So obviously Dwight would either be my red herring, or in this world, Dwight is the demon. I've been asking the question as well about, so the Claire Marianne situation confused me. To me, the simplest world was that Claire was the marionette. Marianne is a good townsfolk of some kind, and that Gabby is getting a true empath 1. I have also discussed the idea that Marianne could actually be the demon. Dwight is my red herring. Caroline is the spy in this world, and that is why Gabby is getting an empath 1. And then somewhere else out there, likely Claire, there's a Baron, and the Freudian slip was her own role.
But the thing is, there has to be a Baron, right, with all these outsider claims?
So there's a Baron somewhere,
but
there's
have to be a marionette. It's possible to
right.
be either poisoned or lying.
So I think it's either Dwight, or it's Dwight is my red herring probably for me,
Marianne.
and then it's Marianne, and Caroline is the spy, and Claire is the Baron.
So Sam, you checked who on the first night?
Omer and Emily with a no.
Omer, Emily got a no.
So I will say, Marianne claimed to be first thing day 1. I came out to her. I'm Saint. I'm telling you right now, so that way I have a vouch first thing. She came out and told me Monk immediately. Afterwards.
She's walking Monk back though.
She could have bluffs if she was a demon, but
exactly.
If we're going and bouncing this back on me, think about why, and whatever that information is, that's the wrong information.
I don't understand why you're so locked in on Fishback when there's nothing aside from Dwight's fake information, and if that's the case, he's a marionette, so you shouldn't be trying to kill him, and yet you keep locking in on Fishback.
But the thing is, the reason why... Oh, go ahead, Fishback.
No, you finish.
I was saying the reason why is because with the information that I've got, especially with the Gabby empath thing, and Dwight, the pieces are making sense to me. You have told me nothing, that you get mad at me that I'm not following your logic, and it pisses me off. So if you think it's Dwight and you want me to swing Dwight, make it work, convince me, give me information, but don't get pissed when I'm using the information that I get to create my own picture. You're getting mad that you're using crayons and I'm using oil paint, and you're like, why aren't you using crayons? Give me the crayons.
Second call for nominations.
Omer, can I ask a question real quick?
Yes.
Because we just went down that world, right? The Marianne, Claire, Caroline possible combo, where Dwight is my red herring and is actually the investigator, but that does not check out because then he has Fish or Gabby as the marionette.
That would mean I was poisoned specifically on night 1.
But we don't have a poisoner in that world.
Exactly. So if my current theory,
that's
Sam,
my point.
Like your information, yeah, is cool. But Omer and Emily getting a no, for me, that could be you are the drunk. And that would mean one of Christian or Emily's lying.
And Caroline, who's also claiming outside.
I do want to...
If I'm to believe my info at this point, then I still have to believe Fishback's marionette. And, cool. To me, it would have to be... Because I can't reconcile Caroline's butler claim, which is the hardest thing for me right now.
There's nothing to reconcile there. That's just a lie, right?
But if she's evil, then I can't build an evil team up at the top. So it's hard for me to build my info correctly at this point.
Because it doesn't make sense.
Okay, I nominate Dwight. I'm actually not sure this is the best nomination. I don't want to lose the day. I feel like I am more suspicious of Marianne, but to me, Dwight reads as good socially. But I feel like the votes are there for Dwight. I think more people want to vote on Dwight as the demon, largely because of Sam's fortune teller pings. And I think it's not a horrible kill, so I'm nominate it. To me, it's like one of, he's a viable option, so I think we should kill him, get him off the board.
Are you fucked? Dwight reads as good?
The one thing
I feel like he's trying to solve. Like, he's questioning his own identity like I am.
No,
like,
it could be a marionette. He genuinely thought he was good.
Yeah.
I think Dwight goes harder when he's trying to solve.
Yeah, and
Maybe,
also
I don't know.
Dwight is saying that he still thinks that you're marionette and that I star pass, but then why did I have a 0?
No, he doesn't think you star passed.
He said that.
Okay,
He
well,
said that.
hey, why don't we let Dwight say what Dwight thinks? Dwight, tell us what you think.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say something and I already forgot what it was. That's lovely.
Oh no, Dwight.
Oh yeah, no. So Victor, what you said. The reason for me I'm having trouble with this is you guys at the top. What you just said was you think I'm not a good kill, but you there's the votes for me. Just what you're doing screams of someone who's evil trying to just get a vote on anyone that's not on their evil team. Just the way you said that, and that's concerning me. Socially, I don't know. It doesn't. I'm trying to build a swift evil team and I can't right now, which is tough. But I don't fully trust Christian at this point. There's no true information clearing him. I wish Fortune Teller picked him at some point, didn't. So feel free to kill me, but I think this is a bad kill. I can't figure out who exactly the demon is right now.
You killed the fortune teller before he could ask.
3 is the minimum.
I don't know if you're evil or stupid, Omar.
I don't want Marianne to have the third vote on this.
All right.
Okay.
Sorry, just because
I was actually going
we're
to ask your
working
opinion
together.
on this because I want.
Yeah. I think if we do it, then we have to do it because we can't let Marianne take her hand out.
Right.
Last
3's
second.
enough.
So
Marianne,
I have a question that's important. Sorry, Sam, you can go ahead.
Oh, I'm just gonna press you for a roll.
Well, apparently we're all just saying it. I am the monk. I think I'm gonna die tonight, which is why I think it's important about what happens. I actually lied to you, Emily, last night. I'm sorry. I was trying to just throw misinformation to see if it leaked.
I
saved
then I
you,
feel bad
Sam.
for outing all that.
Yeah. I saved you, Sam. I did not save Claire. That was with information. I made a strategy based on that. I am so sorry, Emily, if that changes the story that you have. I'm actually curious, Emily, and if you feel comfortable sharing who you're suspicious of, because I want to make sure tomorrow's going to be the last night. I'm most likely going to be dead. I'm most likely also, Emily, I will be protecting you because I do think you're good, and I think that it's important for you to have nominations. I think I'm dead, so I want to know what you're thinking.
I'm thinking that this is either a 2-person world where it's you and Dwight, or Fishback and Christian, obviously.
Okay.
I guess it's possible that there was a star pass at some point, but I don't know when that would be because I don't feel like anybody who died had a lot of suspicion on them. It's possible that Omer or Claire or who else did we execute? No, I'm not going to say Caroline. It's possible there's a Scarlet Woman out there, and that's what's making the peace.
Okay.
Then I think Occam's razor says that it's either Christian and Fishback or Fishback and Omer, I guess.
Okay.
Or you and Dwight.
Omer, can I ask you when?
Everyone but you.
Yeah.
Omer, when Fishback came to you about your role, how did that conversation go?
The first thing that happened was he said I'm washerwoman, but I didn't hear that part, and he said give me 3 rolls and I'll tell you if it's that. And so I thought he wanted a 3 for 3, so I gave him fortune teller, undertaker, and empath because I wanted to be killed overnight. He then said, oh, so the other person's my washerwoman ping. He went to go talk to Claire. Then he insisted on talking to me and interrupting my conversation with Emily and was like, you're a liar. And I was like, can we go talk privately? And then he said, you're my washerwoman, you're the Raven Keeper. And I was like, okay, yeah.
Any other nominations?
I mean, yeah.
Go ahead, Sam.
No, I'm just so I think Emily's correct, right? Because the world where it's Fishback and Christian is a world where I'm the second outsider and I'm drunk, and so all of my information is wrong. Emily's the recluse. And then Christian is the demon with Fishback as the marionette. Dwight's getting real information as the investigator. Marianne's actually the monk. I think the other world, very clearly, marionette as the not actually the monk. Claire was the soldier. That was the sunken kill.
I'm gonna call it 5.
I have a nomination.
We have to, but whatever we do now is probably we're winning or losing.
I'd like to nominate Fishback.
Okay, tell us why.
Sorry, Sam.
But Marianne, he can't be the demon. He's either the marionette or...
The reason why I'm nominating Fishback is Emily. I truly trust Emily. I think she's going to... I'm saving her. She will be here tonight. Emily, you have to choose between... I genuinely think I'm dying tonight, okay? If Christian and Fishback are both evil, then that means that I'm gonna die, and I want to give you more options between, so you can either work with Dwight to kill Dwight if you think is evil, or work with Christian. I'm scared of a Fishback and Christian going and stacking you, so I want to get one of each of us off of the thing. I genuinely think I'm dying tonight, which is why I'm doing this. I think Fishback should go.
But why would it make sense to kill you?
The issue is that he's not the imp, so it's why not kill Christian then if that's the world?
Marianne nominating me twice in a row, I think is that's the thing I can't, Marianne is knows that I even in even where I'm suspicious, I'm the marionette. So like, why does she keep trying to push it onto me? Like to me that's sort of one of my major reasons why I thought Marianne was more suspicious than Dwight. Obviously this is a bad kill, and I don't think anyone.
Or is she trying to take attention off Dwight? So that we
that's possible too. But but she did it when we had Claire on the block too. So like
4 is the number.
Because I trusted Claire more than I trusted you. It wasn't that I mistrusted
She might be
you.
trying to tie it. I'm worried that she might try to tie it.
Well, it's not gonna get.
Sam,
is it
is
possible
a world where it
makes
could be
no
Fishback and Christian?
I
Who's
honestly
the
thought
third
Dwight might.
One's not enough.
It's still Caroline.
I mean, Caroline's it's the only thing I
Dwight
have
nominates
confirmed.
Christian.
And then it was in that
Dwight
world,
nominates
Omer,
who?
it's the
Christian.
Tell
in
us
that
why you've
world-
chosen Christian, Dwight.
My world currently is Fishback Marionette to Omer, who actually is good, believes she's good. Christian is Demon. Caroline, Baron, double claiming Fishback, make Fishback look good, if in case of a star pass is needed later. Sam, I think you're the drunk. Got a no on Emily to kind of prove that. I think Gabby's empath 1 is sober on Caroline. I got sober information about Fishback being Marionette. I think everyone else in this game is getting correct information. That's the world I have to build currently with my information. Everything else lines up with that. So yeah, I'm not even who I think it's a demon currently. I could be wrong, but this is my Occam's razor. This is the simplest world. Christian's demon claiming thing.
If this is
Christian.
the world, we do this tomorrow.
Yeah, and also
I'd rather lose tomorrow.
I'm thinking Slayer could have been a bluff because Christian was very just like, go ahead, shoot me. Probably known.
That's a good point. I didn't think about that option. This is tough for me because socially, I very much believe Steven. Okay, socially, like he should have told me I'm the marionette by now. If I was his marionette and on his team, right? We've had this conversation, right? If you were evil, right?
But that's not even what Dwight's
That's not
accusing
even
you of.
possible, though.
I'm trying. I know he's not accusing me of that. I'm trying to say why this. That's not what I'm saying. Okay. And also, I think that Dwight's trying to solve the game. I think he really is. I mean, the way that he was trying to accuse me, like he was trying to say, "What is Marianne? What was Marianne?" And I told Marianne I was going to tell people what it was. I was like, "We'll come out in the town square." I was like, if he knew what was going on here, then he would already know. He wouldn't have a reason to ask what Marianne is. So socially, I don't have a problem with Dwight. So I'm trying to build a world where Dwight is not the demon. I think it's better to get either Dwight or Marianne off the board. Personally, if I'm building a world where there's a demon, I think it would more likely to be Marianne than Dwight because she had her bluffs immediately as the monk. That's all I'll say.
How does that make sense with Gabby?
I think so too, Christian. I kind of regret. I mean, we can still nominate. Someone can nominate Marianne. Emily,
Yeah,
you can
I can nominate Marianne.
No, I think you should leave. No, leave it on
agree.
Dwight.
Leave it on Dwight.
Leave it on Dwight.
Dwight, is there a
One's
world where
not enough.
Gabby is the marionette for Marianne?
No! Do not do this.
It's possible, but
just
I find
leave
it,
it on
Ending the
Dwight.
day
I find
in
it
5.
unlikely. Right? I find it unlikely.
4.
I think you're good. I mean,
3.
I'm sorry I nominated you.
2.
That's gonna be my new
it.
move from now on. Screaming.
Your
no.
reads on Dwight are wrong.
Dwight is executed and dies.
Game over.
Everybody goes to sleep.
You saw it.
Okay, so Dwight is not the demon, which means we have to shoot Christian now. We have to shoot Christian. I don't see the world that Christian is building where it's Marianne instead of Dwight. I don't get that, right? Because if Marianne is the demon, Gabby is getting good info, because then that means I am drunk. There is a very real possibility, I was worried about this, that I would be drunk, and that means Gabby's getting good info. If Christian dies, we kill Fishback. If Marianne dies, we probably just have to kill Christian. If Fishback dies, we probably still kill Christian.
We are once again at the point where I am hard accusing Christian and Fishback at the final 3. I have to believe that world now, right? Of Fishback Marionette sees one neighbor as their ping when it's the other neighbor who's the demon. If Sam is sober, I can't be the marionette because he got 2 different yeses on me. And a red herring has to be a good player. So if Sam is sober, I have to be good. Meaning Marianne still could be demon with Gabby Marionette. It could be Marianne, Gabby, Caroline specifically. But it can't be Marianne, myself, Caroline. Sam could be drunk. That would mean it's a Baron Marionette game. If that's the case, it has to be Baron Marionette at this point. If I'm to believe my info, right? This is a tough game again.
I'm so confused. I really don't know. I was the one who nominated Dwight, and I didn't even believe it was Dwight. I believed that Dwight was good. What was I doing nominating him? I should have let one of the people who's like pushing the world where Dwight is evil nominate him. Why was I nominating him? I should have nominated someone I believed. Like, could be the imp, like Marianne, or Emily, even.
Maybe it is Fishback and Christian. That'd be crazy. And I never will put anything past Emily. Flippin'. Because Emily often opposes her good and bad people when she's bad. So, like, she does a little bit of reverse psychology.
Emily is in such a good spot right now. No one is trusting her. Marianne is die hard. Like, the only person I trust right now is Emily. Emily is the most trustworthy person as a recluse in this game. This is so wild.
Oh my god. Yes. Oh my god. I cannot believe that we are gonna pull it off. This is amazing. I'm so excited. Girls rule. Boys rule. Girls rule. Sorry, Marianne. Girls rule. Girls rule.
If it's Fishback and Christian and they avoided death this whole time, then power to them. Then they deserve to win. But I am now in the world where I feel like it might be Dwight and Marianne because, oh my gosh, was I sandwiched in between all of the bad people? Because I feel like Dwight really pushed me for information on day one.
Who do you think is bad, Millie? Do you think it's Marianne? Do you think it's Christian? Tell me. Tell me.
Oh. Starting to think you're working on the bad team.
They do not have any of the... Oh, they've got so many worlds built, none of them are the correct one. It's amazing.
And this is the power of the marionette.
And yeah, Emily has just had such a rise that she's not even on anybody's radar. There's the two sides are pointing fingers at each other, and she's right there in the middle. And it seems like so obvious to us, but not to the players.
Yeah,
and
she's so trusted that the monk has said like 18 times today that she's going to protect her. It's beautiful.
It's the same thing that happened in the last game.
Yeah, it's great as well because it gives Emily a reason to explain why she, as the most trusted person in town, is going to be alive tomorrow. And that, I think, will really, really work in the evil team's favor because often at this situation, you know, you get to that sort of final couple of people left and then everyone's like, wait, but you should have been the one to die in the night. And you have to be like, oh, well, I'm still here. Hi. Like, and this way, you know, she's got Marianne essentially as cover for why she's still alive. I think that's going to really work in evil's favor.
This is stupid. We could have had it easy if people listened to me, but people are dumb, and now it's up to 50-50, maybe not. I'm obviously saving Emily because I trust her, and now we're gonna hope that if I'm not dead, this is easy for me, but if I'm dead, this is hard for everyone else. So, great game you're playing, and this isn't mocking, this is true.
Let's get Emily in here.
Oh, it's gonna be so suspicious that I'm alive tomorrow. Okay,
well, I mean, Marianne has repeatedly said over and over again today that she's going to protect you tonight, so...
Yes, which I actually, and maybe I'm really off base here, I'm a little bit worried is Marianne trying to kind of double bluff because she doesn't have much to lose by outwardly saying that. In the best case scenario, I'm not actually the demon, and then she protects somebody that she perceives to be good, and somebody who's a little bit more suspicious dies. But I'm worried that she actually thinks that I could be evil, and by outwardly saying that, she is then going to turn her protection onto somebody else with the hopes that I hit that somebody else and nobody dies tonight, further adding credibility to her mayor claim. But I could be overthinking this, and I, to be honest, don't feel like I have much of a choice tonight. Between the two worlds that we're building, if I have to be alive tomorrow, then I feel like I have to either sell that it's Christian or Marianne. And while it would be really weird for the demon to kill their minion, in this case Fishback, heading into the final night, maybe they thought it'd be more advantageous to keep a more suspicious person alive, especially if they thought that I was being protected. So this is a long-winded way of saying I think my best kill tonight's probably Fishback.
All right, Ben and Jams, what do you make of what Emily did? Was that the right decision?
Yeah.
I love that kill so much. That's what I would have done in this situation. I think it's so good to frame Christian, especially with the way that sort of Omer has been social reading Dwight. And I think a lot of the things that Christian has said are exactly the things that he would say and do as a real good saint, but they can also be turned against him. Things like, asking to be Slayer shot and saying, oh, Dwight, I really trust you, in a way where I think Dwight is at a position of maybe not trusting, like reciprocal trusting. And so I think it'll be really, really interesting to see how this day goes. I think there's a lot of worlds where people think Marianne is the evil demon. I think there's a lot of worlds where people think Christian is the evil demon. And I think both of those worlds feel more likely to most of the good players than the world where Emily is the demon. So it'll be really interesting to see if they kind of turn it around and push it back on Emily, or if she's able to keep this day going for evil.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely brilliant that that on the final day of the game, the two players left alive alongside the demon are two people that neighbored the drunk investigator's fake marionettes. That's just beautiful, and that was the best choice Emily could have made. And it's important to note, because I see this a lot in YouTube video comments. We've got the whole view of this grimoire here. We know why that was a good move. We can analyze it. To us, it seems obvious. It doesn't to Emily. Like, really massive props to Emily for figuring that out, because from her perspective, that was not necessarily the most obvious thing, and she mathed it out really, really well, and I'm very impressed with what she's done there.
Ben, can you just set the scene here, because we're heading into what should be the final day. As long as Emily doesn't get killed, the evil team wins. Is there any other scenario that we should be on the lookout for? Any other way this could be a weird ending?
No, it's that simple. The good team have got to kill someone, and the person they've got to kill is Emily, and I will eat my dreadlocks if the evil team lose this, honestly. I don't think I've ever seen such a strong evil final three, because nobody thinks it's Emily, and they're going to waste the whole day arguing over whether it's Christian or Marianne.
But
and
sometimes things can turn on a dime.
Yeah, hey, I've been wrong before. It wouldn't be the first time, but honestly, I think they're just going to spend the whole day arguing over whether they should kill Christian or Marianne. And because of the way Christian and Marianne are, Christian's very analytical. He likes to math things out. Marianne's very animated. She's very passionate. Those guys are going to suck all of the attention in the room towards them, and Emily's just going to sit there, shut up, and ride this out. That's all she has to do.
All right, we've got a front row seat. Let's wake them up for the final time.
Good morning, everybody. We finally made it. The showdown, the final day of this horrid tale. And one of the four of you that went into last night alive will not be around to witness it. And that person is Fishback. This is it, guys. Final day of the game. At least one of these three players is good. One of them is the demon. Christian, Emily, Marianne, good luck to you all. I'm going to give you 4 minutes to discuss, and then I will open nominations.
Should we round robin?
Oh, they're all disappearing.
Okay.
Private chats on Final 3?
No, we're not.
Yeah,
people, you
are
need to
wasting
listen
your
to
time
me.
here.
Yeah,
You'll need to listen to me.
I'm telling you,
this is important. It's Christian. I've been saying it's Christian and Fishback. I declared that I was going to save Emily. Could not be Emily. I have enough sus on me that people are going to keep me safe because they're going to try to kill me. It's obviously Christian.
Hi, I'm really not your...
No.
Okay, because I know you...
Why not
Emily?
possibility
where it's Emily?
Why not Emily?
I think Emily. I was thinking Emily too.
What if Caroline is the marionette? Emily talked to Caroline. It was her second conversation of the day on day one. Gabby wants to talk with us too. I'm gonna
Yeah.
Hey.
Why are you guys in a solo chat?
No. Come in. We'll talk. So we're discussing the possibility of Emily being evil. What's the world?
Well, you need to talk about it in
let's
the
talk about
big
it in
room. Everyone's thinking you guys are suspicious for this.
Omer, I have a theory which is going to put you in a blender a little bit. I think you are Steven, right? I think it's Christian. I think Steven is the marionette, and I think Steven lied to you, Omer, and told you were his marionette, which is why you've been on his team, but I think you're good, Omer.
He did not tell me I'm the marionette.
I mean, why? Like, I think it has to be Christian. It has
so
I don't see
if it is Christian,
I think it is Christian too.
No, okay, but if it is Christian, how did Steven know that I was the Raven Keeper? Is there a spy?
No, there's no spy.
Then there's no way he said it to me, even though he had no reason to do that.
This is why I think you're like half playing for bad
could
here
it not
because
be-
you don't know,
I am-
Omer.
Could it not be a
swear to
spy,
God.
a baron, and then Christian's lying, so somebody else is drunk?
I'm drunk. Or
We're
I'm
basing
not.
that solely
no, yeah,
off
I'm,
of the no from the recluse. That's it.
Well,
though,
I
right?
guess I could not be drunk, and I could be getting Dwight as my red herring, and then I got a no on the recluse
Why don't you
just
think it's
because.
Marianne? I'm confused.
I
about
just
that.
think there's more. I think there's more evidence that there's a drunk in this game, which would mean one of the outsiders is lying, and I know I'm not lying. So I'm very inclined to think it was Christian. And I think we pegged it day one when we were or day two whenever Dwight.
You called it right off the bat.
I will say, guys, if you are having private conversations at this point in the game, it's really only benefiting
No, Stephen
the
pulled me
evil
in for a
team.
private conversation. But anyway,
This
so
is
we
better
Why
than
did
were.
Omer and Sam jump? So I was like,
what's
oh.
this?
They can't even nominate people. Why are they dead?
Well, I just wanted to make sure I wasn't the marionette.
I think you have to be.
No. So what about the world where Emily is the demon? Let me just put this out here. Dwight, hear me out.
Let Christian talk. Yeah.
So we all agree Caroline's evil, right?
Which we get.
Right?
Other people
We agree she's evil, right? And
Yes.
counterclaimed Stephen Fishback on day one. So I find the idea that Stephen Fishback is evil a pretty ridiculous idea. Right? Now, what role, which we talk about the Baron, I brought up the idea that she might be the Baron, which makes sense of why she's doing this, okay? What if she is the marionette? And Emily, who's claiming recluse, who got a recluse bluff, is the demon, which means that there's a drunk out there.
There is a drunk. There is a 1,000% drunk.
Okay, so if I'm the drunk, explain Sam's information.
Well, Dwight, you could be poisoned.
You
We've
could
always
also be
said
you
like,
could be the
if
drunk, and you could also be the red herring, right?
Well, you could be the red herring. I'd make you red. No, but the
No,
question is like, his marionette
how did
info.
Sam get a no on Omer and Emily in your
Dwight,
world?
you could have been like we always talk about. Why do you never think your first night info?
Maybe he's drunk.
Fishback, stop. Poison. You're building a world with poisoner, baron, and marionette. Explain that.
No. Oh yes, you're right.
Exactly. That world can't exist. Emily cannot be the demon in this world. Emily is off the table.
Yeah.
There, everyone's
Unfortunately.
back.
My world is that there was like somehow bluff counterclaim happening somehow between Caroline Fishback.
Because Caroline, once again, Caroline doesn't learn of the other minion. I'm sorry, Caroline, I'm assuming you're a minion here. If it's a marionette, the minion doesn't learn that. So Caroline doesn't know who she's counterclaiming. Happens to counterclaim the marionette and Fishback.
I really regret nominating you because I was sure you were. Everyone was like, it's got to be Dwight. The ping's on him.
Well, we
I was
had
like,
the
no, he's
fortune
socially
teller.
good. But
I don't
but like,
see. I don't see a
rule it
world
out.
where we don't kill Christian here.
What?
Okay. I know you were in a conversation with Emily. We were talking about. Dwight. I want to keep chasing down the world we were talking about just there. Okay. I was
Emily
trying
being
to
the demon?
because
That's
Emily.
impossible.
What's that?
That's impossible.
Should we? What was the at the end of that?
Is it just
rainbow
making you
there?
look worse,
Okay,
Christian?
so Christian, if in your world you're saying that Emily is the demon, Caroline marionette, is what you said, right?
So I'm happy to close that off. If it doesn't make sense, we can move on to something
cool.
else.
Let me carry on. Okay, so Emily demon, Caroline marionette.
Yeah.
Meaning my information was incorrect. That means I must be the drunk, right, or poison.
Yes.
If I'm the drunk,
right?
if I'm the drunk, that implies a baron. Meaning Sam getting a no on Emily makes no sense.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
If
So it
I'm
has to be a
poisoned-
baron, and so it can't
if
be a
I'm
poisoner.
poisoned, Sam got
And
a
so
no on
basically,
Emily
you
on
and
night one,
Sam
which
cannot
is-
be both wrong, and that's why.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
exactly.
Well, the only world where we're both wrong is if like. I mean, I suppose there's a world where Dwight is the drunk. I'm not the drunk. I just got a no on Emily randomly, and I got Dwight as my red herring.
Or Sam's lying. Sam's a minion.
The whole thing with Marianne being like, I'm protecting Emily tonight. Like, why? Like Emily will be here tomorrow because I'm
I
so
did think that was
protecting her.
weird.
Like that was very
Because I'm
suspicious.
the
Hold
monk.
on, let me finish, and then you can. That was strange. Also, kind of strange that you wouldn't kill the monk. Like literally the thing that why would the demon not kill the monk? Literally, like the thing with Owen last game
Yes.
was like the monk is
Nominations
alive
are
at the
open.
final four. How is this person not being killed? Like the demon does not want to like screw up a kill, based on some monk.
She could be a drunk monk.
Why
They
would
did
the monk
that-
not kill?
They did that because exactly now people are sus on me being the monk. So it's now causing this miscommunication and confusion about why I'm not dead.
Who did you save every night?
Who did I save? First night, it was I saved you because you said you had an important role. Should have told me that you wanted to die. Night number 2, I saved, was it Sam that was saved that night? I know I saved Sam one night. Night number 3, I think I bounced it back to Fishbach. Night number 4,
You saved
because I didn't trust him. Exactly. I was like, I'm gonna save Fishback, and then he'll hope. I was thinking in this world that Christian was the imp, would kill you to try to go and lower your suspicion, and then we'd kill you in the day.
I think that makes
the
sense.
most nonsensical world I've ever heard.
Well, it's the truth.
No, I think that
put out there.
It's so nonsensical. I almost believe it.
Omer, you can go next. I'll put my hand up after this.
Okay. There was some discussion about whether or not Christian and Fishback are the evil team with Caroline, and that I'm being gaslighted into being a marionette when I'm not really one. I would like to clear that up right now. That is not the case. Fishback did not tell me that I was a marionette. He came to me. If there's, I'm not saying that Christian's not bad. It's very possible, but this specific world is not what happened. He said to me that I was Ravenkeeper before. If that didn't happen and that wasn't true, Emily, can you verify that in our conversation together, Fishback came in and was like, "You're lying to me," and then I was like, "Let me go talk with him."
To be honest, I actually don't.
I don't care about that. I don't care.
Claire, you should believe me, right? Claire, you should believe me. Wait, what does Claire think? Because Claire hasn't spoken at all, and she's normally like one of the best people at solving these things.
Thank you. Thank you for calling me. I do trust that Fishback saw Raven's Keeper. I do think as a marionette, you might get fed real information though. And so I am of the Christian Fishback world still. And I think with Caroline, that is the world that I am playing in.
That's
that
a
is
wild world.
where my vote's going.
The Fishback Caroline thing just so implausible. I do want to
Christian,
say
is your
real quick-
proposal on Marianne then?
Marianne, absolutely Marianne.
I think we need
Marianne over Emily, Christian?
Cannot be Emily.
I think we need to justify the empath one then in that world, because that doesn't make
that's my biggest
sense
struggle.
unless Caroline is the spy, and if there's a spy, then you're still lying, because then there's no Baron.
So
What if I'm drunk?
What's the other? What is it? Has to be a poisoner and
it doesn't have to be a marionette. No, it's just a spy.
Then how do you exist, Christian, if there's no Baron? You can't exist.
It's a Baron.
I know there has to be a Baron. I'm saying there is.
Final call for nominations.
It's a
today.
Baron
I would like to
Baron
nominate
spy.
Christian.
That doesn't make any sense.
Okay, Marianne has nominated Christian. Marianne, state your case.
I think one thing to note as well too is that Christian last night Christian and Fishback were very, maybe it's Marianne, but now it's flipping on to Emily. I think that's some miscommunication. I do really think, Christian, that you were marinating me, and you were very lucky that I said that I was monk and you had the saint bluff, and you kept me alive to make me trust you more because the monk wasn't told. I do think it's you. I've been trusting Emily more with the information that's there with other pieces. And so, unfortunately, between Christian and Emily, I'm going to have to go for you. Christian, you can nominate Emily and try to convince other people, but that's where my story is. Or you can nominate me, because those are your two options. But I do think that it's you, Christian.
Christian.
Yeah. I no longer think it's Emily unless I'm missing some hole in my logic. I think by possible elimination, it has to be Marianne at this point. The thing I'm trying to explain is the world. So I want to work out the worlds where you have to explain Sam's information being what correct, because I guess that's the idea is that Dwight would be the red herring, right?
That meaning I'm good and not the marionette.
What's that?
Meaning I'm good and not the marionette.
Exactly. I don't think you're evil. I don't think you're evil, Dwight, at this point.
That world doesn't work.
So does a Baron poisoner world make sense?
No,
somewhere?
because
why?
In that world, Caroline is a minion of some kind. If Caroline was a poisoner, number one, she wouldn't have been able to poison me deep into the game. She went out early, and two, she doesn't ping as good for Gabby.
Is this because you chose Marianne? Did you choose Marianne as the demon at some point?
No, but Gabby only gets ping. Empath 1 with Marianne as a demon if Caroline is a spy, and if Caroline's a spy, you don't exist.
But if she's the poisoner, what if Caroline is the poisoner?
And I was poisoned
and you
got
poisoned night one.
Night one, then that wouldn't explain Dwight's
Why would
information.
I don't understand.
They poison people next to
I
them.
would like 4 on this.
I am about to run the vote. Christian, final word before I run the vote. Christian's final word, please.
I can't build the world, and that's really frustrating right now. And
that's all the evidence.
What? Don't.
You can't
Emily,
build a world.
come on, that's not
It's a very confusing game.
To make sure that the evil people don't
No,
attack.
it's a difficult game.
Don't vote on this. This is a bad kill. This is not a right kill.
I'm still trying to figure out the world too. I'm in a
5 is
world.
enough.
Thank you, guys.
Where is there a world?
On that? That's crazy.
Is there a world where Marianne is?
And all I know is I'm good is I'm trying to build the world where all this information
Any other
makes
nominations?
sense. So what's the world? To be clear, the world that we're building toward me is that Steven and Caroline went at each other on day one as some kind of bluff or some miscommunication, right? That's what we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Caroline's not going to vote for the imp. We don't have it. We've already lost.
Yeah, I think that.
I'm sorry.
In that case, then I will bring the day to a close.
Wait, no. Someone nominate.
I nominate Marianne.
Okay, Christian, tell us why you've nominated Marianne.
Yeah, I mean, I hope that Dwight, I didn't miss some other option here with. Obviously, I'm going to vote for this. I didn't miss.
Do
some
not
other
tie the
option
vote.
With the Emily thing,
it doesn't
but
matter.
I don't think there's any way that.
Why don't want to tie it?
Win,
we can't tie it. Don't.
We're not going to
issue
win.
with Caroline.
We can't. Is there enough votes?
We've already lost. We don't have.
There is enough votes. There is enough votes to overturn this. There are. So, if I can just have your attention for a moment, please. There are 7 votes on the table, so it can be overturned. Marianne, your response.
Yeah, it's not me. If it's not you and it's not me, Emily has played an amazing game, and I'd like to congratulate her because really I haven't been trusting. But I genuinely think it must be you. It must be Emily. And of course, the same for you, Christian, the same. Which is why I'd like to keep it on you, because it's not me and it gives a higher chance of us winning in my perspective. Of course, people have different stories, different things. Do what you think is best, but I don't think me is best. And I think, Omer, that's a petty vote.
It's not. I think it's
is the number.
Omer, just be careful with tying it, okay?
Caroline doesn't vote.
Fishbach is bad.
Gabby,
Fishbach is bad. Okay, no, you can't tie it. Don't tie it.
Vote for this.
Don't tie it, Gabby. Do not tie it.
Oh yeah. Okay. So that was the imp. Caroline took her vote down. Marianne was.
2's not enough.
Yeah. Christian took his vote down too.
And that can no longer be topped.
Maybe you're evil and Emily is the baddie.
The game is over upon Christian's execution.
Look at Marianne's little smile.
And
I'm not evil.
I can now reveal to you all that congratulations are due to the evil team.
It was Emily.
Well done, bad guys.
It was not
well
me. It was
done.
Emily.
Well, shall we take a look at how that went down?
Yeah.
Let's begin with our Baron, Caroline, who added in 2 outsiders. Well done, Caroline. I don't think anybody thought you were evil at any point in the whole game. But it did provide a nice little distraction and did confuse things a little because our washerwoman, Fishbach, spent the whole game under suspicion despite correctly seeing Omer as the Raven Keeper. And there was a hilarious conversation on day 1 between Fishbach and Omer where it was like a Monty Python sketch where they were just misunderstanding one another over and over again and walked away having not learned anything despite the fact that they should have been trusting each other. We had our fortune teller Sam, who unfortunately at no point picks a demon, but he did repeatedly pick his red herring, who was Dwight the drunk.
Good job,
Marianne. So incorrectly learned that either Fishbach or Gabby were the marionette. Neither of them were. Of course, Gabby was our empath, who neighboured a monk who successfully protected Sam on the night that Claire, our starting imp, tried to kill him. Of course, when Claire died, that imp had passed over to the Scarlet Woman, Emily, who had been seen as not the demon by Sam because she wasn't the demon at the time when he picked her. And that there was your piece of information that was missing, Christian, in the world that you were trying to build as our saint.
I missed that last
Great
piece.
job, Evil Team.
Great job, Evil
Good
Team.
job.
That was really
Very
good.
good.
Oh my god.
So Dwight, did you tell me it was impossible? I thought you told me it was impossible. Interesting.
Yeah, I did.
Not to trust Dwight anymore. That's for sure.
I had suspicion from the beginning that when Emily claimed recluse, because I was like, it's such an easy way to rule out the world where there's a drunk, and then we're not looking for drunk information. And I wish I had kept that thinking.
Every night.
I said the same thing for Christian.
Yeah, every night I was like, well, we're toast. Like, we're going out. Like, the first night, like, he was on Emily and Caroline, and I felt like I had weird conversations. I was like, well, we might as well re-rack. Like, let's just call it now. Wow, what a game. Good work, Emily.
Good job.
You guys did great.
Yeah, that was really good.
Could we ask Caroline about the moment when you double claimed with Fishbach? Was that a move or that was a mistake?
Well, my move is I want it to appear as like drunk. I want it to be so incredibly like obvious that I was drunk. The issue is by me just doing washerwoman, I did that quickly and I made that decision before I knew that Fishback was the washerwoman. I was really hoping there wouldn't be a double claim here. So once I stuck to the guns. I could have pretended to be Version, which I think would have been better, and to pivot, but I stuck with it. After that, my ploy was, let me just make it so obviously clear that I'm evil to try to do some reverse psychology. So that was the hope. I was successful in making it seem like everyone knew I was evil. The reverse psychology part was hard. You all are smart. So I just shut up. That was tough. But yeah, that was the logic, was I tried to be drunk, then just tried to do some type of reverse psychology.
I have a question. I apologize, Rob. You're the host.
No, go for it. Go for it.
So, Emily, you claimed recluse to a lot of people very early, correct?
Yes.
You had not talked to Claire until much later, right?
Claire
so you just
and
guessed?
I actually never talked.
So you just guessed
Really?
recluse, and you got that's so much of my world was like, how would you? So you guessed recluse, and you got lucky, and it worked.
Oh, that's incredible.
100%.
Oh my
Pure
goodness!
luck.
No wonder I wasn't putting this together.
Good.
Yeah, I did.
Wow.
I did not talk to either of them the first day, so like I kept trying to and just couldn't. So they didn't have any bluffs. Recluse was one of my bluffs. Recluse, chef, soldier.
Oh, thank goodness you didn't take that
I know.
one.
Yeah. Claire, can you take us through your panic level at the moment when you talked about how you went to go to talk to Caroline and then admitted that she was the Baron? And then I noticed that nobody caught it except for Marianne. I'm sorry, did you say Baron?
I got it.
I am dead. Horrible. To be fair, I do have her as the Baron token, Baron Butler, because like we talked obviously, and I was like, I really can't talk to you for that long. Like, what are you gonna claim? And she was like, Butler, and I was like, got it, Baron, perfect. And then just like carried on my way. So that 100% was a flub, and like Sam was hot on me even after I was gone. So I was like most worried about Sam because he seemed like he was like sticking on that.
When Caroline claimed Butler, Emily had the great move of saying, well, she's obviously trying to put suspicion on the outsider claims, so it was like, yeah, she is. Let's these outsider claims have to be legit.
So there was one point in the game when Marianne the monk is the person who she protects Sam, who then Claire tried to kill in the night. And I was thinking, okay, Marianne is going to be the person who's going to be able to know why there was no kill in the night. But Claire was claiming Slayer at that point. And
Soldier.
I'm sorry, it's
Soldier.
not Slayer, Soldier. Claire was claiming Soldier, but I thought, Marianne, that you were going to see through that, and you seem to trust Claire so much during the whole game.
It's because of Dwight, actually. Dwight ruined everything. No, and let me explain, because Dwight was protecting Gabby for the empath. So then after when Dwight said, oh, one, I automatically was like, so Claire's evil, because I know I'm not the one. So then after it comes out that Gabby was going and was the empath, and she knew about this claim, my mind went a complete 180 and said, oh, so Claire actually is good. So I went a little too far to the left.
Marianne, you rode hard for Claire and for Emily, our two imps.
What can I say?
Protected both of them during the night, even.
What can I say? What? No, I don't think I protected Claire. I said I protected Claire, but I never did.
Marianne, we're going to give you the honorary Marionette Award for distinguished service in aid of the evil team.
Yay! I actually did say though to Ben, Jams, and Rob, I'm like, I'm such a bad monk. I should probably kill myself because of how bad I am, and I guess I should have.
Well, congratulations, evil team, man.
Yeah,
I'm really kicking myself now because I started going down the Emily pipeline.
I know, right in our last conversation was like, what did
you were so close, Christian.
But you went into a different room.
No, but I didn't have it in public. I had it in public.
Yeah, Christian, what you said when you said Emily had a marionette, that's for me. I was like, that's where it was impossible because marionette can't.
It was the marionette.
Yeah, the marionette. When you said marionette, that broke
we
it.
needed to forget it.
We need to forget
that. Yeah, that right there. I just wanted to say that we could not have hoped for a better example of what just putting a marionette on a script does to it.
Yes.
Because it was such a good showcase for the marionette because it wasn't even in the bag, yet its presence dominated the conversation all day, every day.
The first thing I told y'all was y'all are lying to me when you gave me the marionette because y'all would never do that because you gave me 4 demon candidates basically. I was like, there's no way you do that to me. And then
Oh, it was great. I leaned right in. Yeah, Dwight said this to me specifically on, I think it was the first day. He just stared at me and I was like, We would never do that to you.
I'm
Yeah,
very
Dwight
much,
gave me a good telling off for making him the marionette at some point in the middle of that game.
I'm kicking myself a little bit for not. There was one time I almost checked Claire after Claire was dead to see, and I checked Emily night one, and every time I went in there, I contemplated, do I check Emily again just to be sure? And I never actually did it because I was trying to chase down my red herring in Dwight for so long.
Well, the Scarlet Woman was like never in the conversation from
Never
anything that
brought
I
up.
saw, and that threw off because you checked Emily night one, and she became demon later.
Yeah, that was a Baron Marionette game, all game for me. I never considered Scarlet Woman until like one point.
I really thought I might be the marionette.
Same, until Claire died.
There was
until Claire died.
Steven kept every for the last 3 days. Steven would pull me in the chat. It's like, Christian, I'm your marionette, right? I'm like, no. It's like, are you sure? Like, no. Am I yours? And like, it's the same conversation like day after day. I'm like, no, Steven, move on. Anyway.
Well, I thought
I was. No, go for it.
Well, I thought certainly somebody was going to do exactly what Ben suggested at the beginning of the game, which is be the marionette and then tell somebody they're the marionette. So I was drilling Omer late, being like, Christian's the imp, Steven's the marionette, and Steven told you were his marionette, so you think you're playing for evil right now, Omer, but you're not. You're good. Be good. And it was dangerous.
It's why Marionette's my favorite role.
Claire pulled me in first thing and said, if you were the marionette, would you like to be told? And I was like, I must actually be a marionette. And then like I was like basically playing for Claire as marionette for until she died. I was like, I gotta protect her just in case.
My god.
Oh, fully, yeah. I'll protect my neighbors in the marionette game wholeheartedly. I was like, oh, they killed her.
So you
Okay, great.
knew that she was a baddie.
Oh, I had to feel like she could have been, but I was like, if she's I'm not gonna be
I tried to play it like, maybe this is just a little fun thing we had. But then I knew I was toast once I died and it didn't star pass to Dwight. So I was like, I can just never be in a room alone with Dwight. And we're just gonna have to like run this out.
Yeah. Good call.
Emily, is there anything else that you want to share that happened along the way for you on your path to victory?
Very little happened to me, actually. I feel like I contributed the least out of everybody here. I just panicked every night. I really thought Sam was the mayor when I killed him. And I thought that in the worst case scenario, I was just forcing the storytellers to choose between, the 4 really suspicious people who was the best kill that night. So that was
a huge moment.
Pure luck, Sam. I really thought you were the mayor.
Yeah, but then I immediately came to you the next day and was like, here's the deal, Emily. I'm actually the fortune teller because I trusted you so much. So, yeah, it was kind of a given that I would die. Yeah, I played myself. I trusted Emily from the jump and then, got.
Emily, you're going to see so many things that
got
again.
I
fully trust Emily.
Yeah.
Like, to so many people.
Okay, well, thanks to our players once again for giving us an amazing game, and thank you so much for everything that Ben and Jams put together here today. Ben, where can people find out more about how to play Blood on the Clocktower?
You can head on over to bloodontheclocktower.com, which is full of awesome links to everything you need to know, including where you can buy the game, where you can check it out in action, and even the wiki, which you can go and have a little read of to prepare yourself. And if you want to come and see us run some Blood on the Clocktower, we have a Blood on the Clocktower YouTube channel, and we have a Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv/The Pandemonium Institute. Have fun spelling that correctly.
All right. Well, thank you both so much for another incredibly fun night, and we love to hear what you have to say in the comments, and can't wait to do it again. Thanks, everybody.